first thing I think we should do is go to the Archmage and relay the latest vision that Tug had.
Yeah, and the gear. Obviously, show him the gear.
Okay, so the only way to get to the Archmage was through that golden archway, which you don't really have access to at this point.
Okay, so let's go to what's his name?
Let's go to Nero,
the Stinger, and get me a new weapon or something.
No, you have my spear. That is your weapon. The Stinger.
Yeah, but I can give it back. Joe sent us. Didn't you send us a shop list? I'm not saying
I did send you a shop
Stinger
list
to give me a weapon. I'm saying separately from the Stinger. Yeah. Maybe there's a quarterstaff or something I can get.
So how much money do you guys have at this point?
I have 1,000 gold.
I have 1,100 gold.
Okay.
How do I only have 650?
No, you should have the same amount as Durf.
And how much do you have, Durf?
1,100.
Okay.
Yeah, you should have the same amount.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so you guys go into the fishery, and Nero is like, "Oh, well, if it isn't my 3 favorite adventurers, how's it going?"
It's going sublime. I have this really cool and incredibly powerful magic golden gear, and I'd like you to fabricate a weapon out of it for me.
Okay, he takes it, or he looks at it, and he says, "I've never worked with something like that before. I don't think I could make anything for you. That looks pretty important."
Okay.
Well, I guess I'll take a regular product then.
So, Tug, I sent you guys a list of items. There's a lot of stuff on here, so you can kind of pick and choose what you want, and I'll say what it does. But to make Nero form something with a mundane object that you have costs 500 gold pieces, and you don't know what it's going to do. So it's kind of like you're going fishing. It's random.
I also have the golden feathers that are part of my dream catcher.
You do.
Nice. You should just have him fabric something cool out of the...
I'm going to use the scorpion tail, but I'm saying if you want to use one of my golden feathers and see if he can make you something sweet.
I'm kind of looking at... I think I'm going to hold on to my monies because the Ink of the Beast sounds really badass.
So this is pretty sweet. So this is it's an item for monks or for Tug. It's called Ink of the Beast, and basically it's this bottle of black ink that you put on your body, and you can decide what form it takes. Now it stays that form, so you can't go between. But if it's a tiger, you get to spend 1 key point to re-roll your initiative, or spend 1 key point to add 5 damage on any attack that you do. There is a dragon, which says that every fatal blow that you deliver, so if you deliver a blow that kills a creature, you can roll a d20, and if it is 10 or more, you regain a key point that you used. And then there's the monkey, which lets you spend 1 key point to auto-success any acrobatic or athletic check, no matter what you roll.
And so once he picks that, it stays that animal forever, or stays that animal
forever.
For the
unless you can buy another Ink of the Beast, it just stays that animal forever.
So I get Ink of the Beast, and essentially I have to get that tattooed on my body?
Right. Well, it just you put it on your body, and it forms into that. It's a magical ink.
I'm gonna give it to a tattoo artist. I'm gonna get tattooed because I feel like that's a much cooler way of using it.
Okay.
But I'm going to be saving my money up for that.
All right.
I'm gonna buy 1 leaf tip.
Okay. So leaf tip is a druid spear. So it's a weapon. It costs 1,000 gold pieces, and it has a green glass tip. It does 1d8 plus 1d4 nature damage, and it can also be thrown. So you're gonna buy that?
Carl, do you want? Yeah, I'm gonna buy that. And Carl, do you want your spear back?
Yes.
All right.
I give Carl his spear back.
Okay. Sweet.
All right, Nero, I would like to... I've got this mechanical scorpion tail. I would like you to fabricate me something out of that, kind of.
Oh, I think I can make something real nice out of this. And he takes it, and he puts it in the... What did I call this thing? The synthesizer. And he throws it in the box, and it clamps down, and it does all the mechanical, juicy stuff that I explained before. And clink, it goes into a jar. And he dunks this jar into this vat of water, and all this steam comes flying out of it. And out of this, he pulls out this huge metal bow. This is a badass looking, like, dark steel bow. And he says, "Oh," what this is a metal bow that will shoot." I'm just gonna say it in my voice. This is a metal bow that shoots normal arrows. However, the power of the bow, it's a magical bow that imbues an extra 1d4 poison damage on top of its normal 1d8 longbow damage. So you can call it whatever you want. I'll let you name it.
I'll come up with a sweet name for it. I'm gonna have to get a feel for it.
Okay. Yeah. Sweet. All right. So yeah. Okay.
1d8 piercing.
1d8 piercing plus 1d4 poison.
Nero, I also have this sweet dream catcher with some golden feathers. I would like you to synthesize for me into something sweet.
Okay, so this is the rest of your money, correct? Because that was 500.
Yes, it is. I will have no gold.
All right, so you hand him the 2 gold feathers, and he puts it in the synthesizers again. It goes through the machine, clink, clink, and lands in the jar, and he puts the jar in, and steam comes up, and he pulls out 2 golden feathers. And these feathers are glowing, and they're pointing at each other. And he tells you that this is cool. These are birds of a feather. The feathers that were on a bird. Birds of a feather. You know how they flock together? Have you heard that phrase before?
Yes.
Okay, so
no, it makes no sense.
These feathers will always point at each other, no matter how far away they are.
Okay. That's sweet.
So if you get lost somewhere, you want to drop a feather and figure out how to get back to that place?
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, that's really cool.
If you are also, if they won't only point to each other, if there's an obstacle in the way, they'll point to the way to get back to the feather. So if you go around a bend, it'll point you back to the bend to get back to the feather.
So basically, anytime we enter a dungeon, I'm dropping a feather.
That's fair.
That's not a bad little gig right there.
All right, that's awesome.
Okay.
Cool.
Anybody else? Doug saving his money. Durf, you're pretty spent up.
Yeah, I've got 100 now.
Okay, awesome. All right, so you guys are finished shopping, and you hear footsteps behind you. And Jill comes up, and she says, "Oh, wow, you guys are back. I heard you were back. I came to find you. What happened at Hammer's Reach?"
Chaos.
You have returned.
We have indeed. Question number 1: how do we get direct access to your room?
Or
whatever.
You don't have direct access?
That was like the first thing we wanted to do, but we had no access to it.
Oh, right. Here, let me grab something for you. And he reaches into the pool and pulls out this small wooden wand and hands it to you, Tug. And he says, "Anywhere in the tower, you'll be able to reach me with this. Just point it at a portal."
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay.
Also, check out this gear, my dude.
Okay. Oh, this is extremely important. That I have so much to tell you. Please sit. And the stone around you again forms these chairs, and you guys take a seat. Our philosophers have been doing some investigative work. Felix has taken residence in the Lost Temple along with the Dread King. For the moment, they have not been seen outside the Eternal Flats. I am not certain as to why this is, but I fear that Felix has bigger plans in motion. Our philosophers were able to extract the image of the dwarf priest again, holding in his hands a floating gear. And he says, "This is Glorn. first of the 7 priests of Pelor, tell me, what did you learn of him from your quest?
Now would be a good time to probably tell him about your vision, Tug.
Good call, Carl. I tell him about the vision with the outpost that had all the Galaxium ore and the treasures and all that stuff, and the dwarf that was escaping and the priest robes, all that good stuff.
Okay, yeah. And he says, when one becomes a priest of Pelor, they are required to take a solemn vow to leave their previous life behind. Most priests do so willingly, but the 7 were very much different. The 7 were sought out by Pelor himself to act as guardians of peace throughout the world. You saw Glorn as he once was, a dwarf consumed with his desire for riches and wealth, taking advantage of his own people to acquire more and more until his gluttony led quite literally to his downfall. In the final moments of Glorn's life, he called out to Pelor for forgiveness. Glorn was reborn, shedding his prior life like a cloak, and vowing to serve Pelor until the end of his days. From what we have translated of the text so far, we believe the stories of the other 6 follow similar paths. Now, this brings me to the item you have recovered. In order to lead the fight against the evil in our world, incredible powers of good were bestowed upon each of the 7. The source of this power was harnessed in a totem. These totems were significant items from their previous life, so that they would always carry a constant reminder of the sins of their past and how they were redeemed. The priests were powerless without these. It is written that any mortal in possession of a priest's totem is consumed by its power, yet you stand before me, unharmed.
Ta-da! So what you're saying is we are part of the 7. We are guardians. We're the strongest people in the world.
It is possible. It is possible.
Yes.
It is also written that when the 7 passed from this world, their totems were destroyed. Yet here one is, right in front of me. And his eyes start to grow wide, and he begins to lean forward and reach his hands out.
I take one step back.
Mm-hmm.
Tug holds the gear close to his chest, takes one step back, and goes, Yeah, playing that.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I step between him.
Okay.
This is some Lord of the Rings shit.
Nice.
He's Bilbo Bagginsing.
Yeah. And he goes, I'm sorry. Of course, an item such as this in the possession of one as powerful as me could have dire consequences. Carl, hold your hand above the waters.
That's very sketchy since he just went hyper evil on us in a little window.
He's back to normal. He's back to normal.
All right.
Okay. Well, he's probably going to cut your hand off.
He pulls out a small glass dagger from inside his robe, and he says, now please, you must trust me if we're going to be safe.
All right, I do it.
Okay. With the dagger.
Look, man, we throw a lot of trust your way for a lot of negative consequences that have happened so far. Our village, gone. Carl's sister, hella dead.
Okay, to be honest, that wasn't my fault.
I kind of was.
Yeah, depending on, yeah.
You didn't have the soul read on that sketchy character. There's a lot of shady stuff going on around here, Grand Wizard. Yeah. So let's relax.
Listen,
Carl, it's your hand. You can do what you want. I'm just making sure the air is very even across all of us right now. What we understand.
Okay, the elephant in the room is very visible at this point. Do you trust me or not, Carl?
I mean, I'm not the one putting my hand in acid.
I put my hand over the water. Let's do this.
Okay. He says he takes out the glass dagger and he pricks the end of your finger, and a drop of blood falls down into the pool. And
so you stabbed him.
Right, essentially. You take 1d4 damage. No. He takes his wand out and he swirls the blood around in a pool, and he pulls out a silvery ring. And this it's like really, really fine silver, and it's got swirls of your blood inside of it. And he says, this is no ordinary pool of water, as you can tell. This is a pool of remembrance. When you place an item into the basin, it can only be recalled by the one who wears this ring. Not even I can retrieve what you place into the pool. Guard that ring with your life. So he's essentially implying that you can keep the gear safe by placing it in the pool, and only you are able to recall it. So he can't take it.
Wow, that seems loose.
I trust him.
Okay. All right.
I'm the one holding the gear, and I totally don't trust any of this. Remember all the questions we asked when we first got to the tower the first time? None of those have been answered. Hold on.
Fair.
Okay.
Fair.
All right.
I'm going to hold on to the gear, and I'm going to say I'm yet to relinquish this gear to the binding ring of puddle sadness or whatever that scenario is. But I would like to know what has developed with Jill. She said lots of stuff has happened. What
Jill's my dead sister.
Jill, mega dead. Tess, what is all the new developments that Tess has found out?
Okay,
I'd like to know about those.
The Archmage says, like I said before, we know that Felix and the Dread King have taken residence in the old temple, but they have not left the area around Woodhaven just yet. I'm afraid that there are some other plans in motion, because I do not know why they would just stay in the same place.
Okay, next question. Is giving them more time to gather strength the right play here?
The Dread King is a legendary monster that destroyed hundreds and hundreds of wizards before us. With the totem's combined power, the Seven were able to banish the Dread King back into the Black Plains. Felix's ability to summon the beast remains a mystery, but it is imperative that we find the remaining 6 totems.
But I thought you said
that's
they were
where we were going.
We thought they were destroyed, and yet you hold one.
Yeah, we just found one.
But what if there's only one? Okay, fine. We'll put it in the puddle. I'm holding the ring.
I hold the ring. It was made from my blood.
But I have the gear.
But it's my blood, so am I the only one that can use the ring?
No. Anyone that wears the ring, he just gave it to you because you're the paladin.
Right, fine. I hit a sweet, like Michael Jordan-like jam with the gear into the puddle.
Okay. It splashes up on the Archmage's face, and he wipes it away, and he's like, okay, well, glad that's settled.
I have another question.
Yes.
Are we wizards?
I don't believe you are wizards. However, the ability that you have to be able to hold this item without being consumed by its power is very intriguing and remains a mystery to me.
Nice.
All right.
Okay, next
So
question.
where is the first of these 6 MacGuffins we need to find?
Okay, so he looks. Well, it seems like you have found the first
How many
totem.
mouse-catools can we use to find to find these things?
He turns to Tess and he says, "And Tess, you have been working. Have you been able to translate any more of the text?" And Tess says, I have, sir. The tome mentions a human by the name of Sabbatha from the Red Sands. She was once a drifter in the desert and is recognized only by the wooden amulet she wore around her neck. I've managed to track down the last known location of the tomb in which she was supposedly buried. I suggest we start there. And the Archmage says, excellent work. And he turns to you and he says, the Red Sands is a dangerous, desolate place in the far west reaches of our world.
Of course it is.
Can I tell you something?
Yes.
Tell you something? I was hoping that we would go to a desert because one of the things I can turn into is a camel.
Your usefulness knows no bounds.
Go on.
Okay, that's great. I'm really happy for you. You should make sure you are well prepared for this journey. Do not idle for too long, for time is of the essence. Tess will prepare the portal for you when you are ready.
Do you have any other sweet stuff that you could maybe give us to aid in our journey? Like healing potions or anything?
If you are looking for, listen, I run a business here. It's a school, and we need money for tuition and whatnot. If you would like
You said there was no tuition when I asked you the other day.
Well, I mean, for paying for, there's expenses. You got to hire the cafeteria staff and the teachers. No, I don't have anything for you. However,
okay.
Is that not adding to the shadiness of this tower?
Listen, I'll give you guys some credits.
Please, somebody get on my side here.
I'll give you guys some credits at the brewery. How about that?
Yep.
Fine.
Okay.
Going to use those right
You
now.
bought my trust.
Okay. All right. Just tell Tess when you are ready, and we will prepare a portal to the Red Sands.
Okay.
All right.
So are we drinking the beers now, or are we going to the Red Sands?
So, do you want to go to the brewery? Because I got some sweet shit at the brewery.
Yep.
I think some of you have some gold still.
Yep.
Well, we need supplies for our trip, so we should probably load up and take it with us.
Yeah, so the brewery is not only a bar, it's also a shop that sells a lot of different potions. It's kind of like an all alchemy / imbibing shop / bar.
Okay. Let's go there.
Yeah,
Okay.
that sounds like a strong play.
All right, so yeah. All right. So we're going to go down to the brewery, and you walk in the brewery, and you come to meet the bartender and owner of this store. So it's a bar, but this place sells a lot of different potions. You can buy health potions here, and the bar also has a series of different beer cans that have different effects. So it's beer. But they work like potions. So I'll give you some options here, and you can decide what you want to do. Each one of these cans is 10 gold pieces. Okay. So you can spend all your money on a bunch of different cans, but make sure you write down like what their effects are so that you know, so we don't have to go back to this list. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So you can buy a can of Balrog Grog. This turns your attacks into basically you have like the Berserker's Rage abilities. So your attack damage does an additional 1d6 for a minute, but it drops your intelligence by 2. So any intelligence like saving throws, if you have to do one, you go down by 2. There is Dryad Drought. This is a hard cider with notes of pear blossoms. It allows you allows you to cast the spell Druidcraft, which Jamal, you already have that. So what does that do?
It's like a cantrip. It just lets you sort of make little distracting things like a puff of wind.
Oh God, that one. So if you ever want to steal another rat.
Yeah. If I ever need to fabricate a artificial fart, I know what I can do.
So that's called Dryad Drought. That's a hard cider. Allows you to cast that for the next 4 hours.
I'm not writing that down. For what it's worth.
Okay. There is a Parnagast Royal Stock IPA. And this is a specialty brew that was once brewed by a dragon. And what happens is you get these scales that form down your body, and you get a +2 to your AC and immunity to poison damage. However, when you first drink it, you take 1d8 damage to your body. So it bumps your AC up by 2. You're immune to poison, but you have to take 1d8 damage.
And that's the IPA.
Yep. Okay. And then we have Green Fairy's Doom. And this is like a bright green ale. It's almost like absinthe colored. Drinking it gives you 2 points of inspiration. So inspiration means if you roll a die and you don't like the result, you can roll another one.
Cool.
So you get 2 inspiration for the next 6 hours, and then they go away.
That was the green ale.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, and again, the brewery only stocks 1 can at a time, so you can't just buy like 10 of those and get 1,000,000 points of inspiration.
Makes sense.
Okay. There is a Honeyed Words Mead, and this bumps up your persuasion and charisma checks by 1.
Mine's already maxed out, so I don't need that.
Pretty simple. Let's see. Call of Odin, which is a heavy mead, and this grants you immunity to any cold damage for the next 10 hours. And you also have advantage on Constitution saving throws. And let's just stick with those for now. Maybe they'll get a new stock in later. But those are your options if anybody wants to buy some.
I'll let the other guys have first crack at it, but I know I want to buy a couple of them.
Okay.
Carl has no gold.
Okay. Well, you guys
no
could
gold.
share if you want.
So you said there's only one of each?
Yeah.
I was thinking of the Balrog Grog, but that might be better for Tug. So maybe I'll just kind of chill.
Okay. All right.
If you're gonna pass on it, I'm going to do the Balrog Grog and the IPA and the Green Ale.
Wow. All right. So the Balrog Grog gives you an additional 1d6, but it drops to attacks damage and drops your intelligence by 2. The IPA gives you you take 1d8 damage, but you get +2 to your AC and immunity to poison. And then which one? The absinthe one?
Yeah, I just put it down as the Green Ale, but
yeah, that works. Gives you 2 points of inspiration to spend during the next 6 hours.
Yeah. Okay. So
Beautiful.
the Balrog Grog lasts how long? 1 hour, right?
That one only lasts 1 minute.
Oh, 1 minute. Okay.
Yeah.
So I only lose the intelligence for a minute.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
Basically, like combat.
I'll get the mead that makes my charisma go up.
Okay. Charisma and persuasion all go up by 1. Honeyed words mead. And drinking one of these, just like a potion, takes an action. Okay. Just so you know.
Okay.
She also has health potions available for 10 gold pieces as well if you want to buy any of those.
I'll buy 2 of those.
Okay. All right. Sweet. All right. So before we head off in the next arc, why don't we level you guys up to 3? Level 3.
Okay.
We'll start with Durf. Do you get anything sweet? Well, at first, let's do this for everyone, I suppose. You all are going to roll one of your hit die and add your Constitution modifier and add that to your max HP.
Okay.
So go ahead and do that. That's easy.
Oh shit! A 1.
Okay, so you just go up by 1.
That's what it rolls. That's
all right.
what it is.
Yep.
I have 1d8 and a 2 in hit dice. Does that mean I roll 2 d8s?
No. You have 2 hit die because you are a level 2 character. So what that means is on a short rest, you can expend one of those to regain hit points on a short rest. So
my hit die is just 1d8.
Right. So you'll roll a 1d8 and add your Constitution.
3.
All right. So you go up by 3, Carl. This works out because last time you guys all rolled max almost.
I rolled a 6 plus 2, so I gain 8.
Nice.
And go from 19 to 27.
God damn.
That's pretty good.
All right.
New tank. All right.
He was supposed to be the old tank.
I don't know.
Still Carl.
Probably still Carl. So what? Why don't we do Durf? Are you ready for your level 3? Do you get anything sweet?
I'm gonna have 4 level 1 spell slots and 2 level 2 spell slots, so I can cast a shit ton more spells.
Awesome.
But I'm gonna have to. I mean, it's gonna take me some time to look at what all I can cast. So I don't know if we want to do that right now.
No, we can do it next time. But
one other thing, I noticed on my thing that mini druids are devoted to a deity. So I went down to the appendix with all the deities in it.
Beautiful.
I'm just going to say this doesn't have any effect on anything, but I'm going to be devoted to Balinor, god of beasts in the hunt, whose symbol is a pair of antlers.
Okay. I love it.
That's all.
Okay. Sweet. All hail Balinor.
All hail Balinor.
Okay. Carl?
So 3rd level, I gain immunity to disease.
Nice.
And then I get to pick an oath.
Ooh.
So I'm going to take the Oath of Treachery.
Okay. What is this?
So basically, I'm not the holiest of paladins. I hang out with some shady kind of people.
Clearly.
And they've kind of rubbed off on me.
Okay.
So pretty much your friends that you've gone on this adventure with have turned you into a cool. Awesome.
So the Oath of Treachery is for paladins who have strayed from another oath or who's rejected the traditional paladin life.
Okay.
That's me. So with that, at level 3, I gain Channel Divinity.
Nice.
which lets one of the abilities is conjure duplicate.
Mm-hmm.
So I can conjure a visual illusion of myself that lasts for a minute.
That's pretty sweet.
30 feet away from me. It doesn't talk, but I can like move it around, kind of.
Okay.
And then I gain.
Now, does it do damage, or is it just kind of like a visual, like a?
It looks exactly like he's silent, same size. It is insubstantial.
Okay.
Unaffected by attacks and damage.
Nice.
As a bonus action on my turn, I can move the illusion 30 feet, but I must remain within 120 feet.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it doesn't like attack or anything.
Yeah, it's just a projection of you.
Right.
Got it.
And then another one, I gain Poison Strike, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's a modifier for my weapon. As a bonus action, I can touch one weapon or piece of ammunition and conjure a poison onto it. The poison lasts for a minute. Next time I hit a target with that attack, the target takes poison damage immediately after the attack. The poison damage is 2d10 plus my paladin level, or 20 plus my paladin level if I had advantage on the attack.
Wow, that's sweet.
That sounds really sick.
That is really sick.
We might need to nerf that.
No, it's in the book. Whatever.
I mean,
we can't
it's not
nerf
in the book. That was one of the. That's one of the bonus arcana things.
Oh, that's unearthed arcana. Well, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. We'll see. But that
okay.
sounds sweet. I'll just make the enemies harder. That's all.
Cool. We can totally handle that.
Yeah.
Like I still
so far so good.
I still retain like my divine smite ability, right?
Yeah. You have that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure.
Awesome. Tug, you ready?
All right. Yeah. So third level, my proficiency bonus stays the same. That stays the same. Third level, I get a third key point.
Nice.
And I get to choose. First, let's go over this. Deflect missiles. So you can use your reaction to deflect or catch the missile when you are hit by a ranged weapon attack. When you do so, the damage you take from the attack is reduced by 1d10 plus my dexterity modifier plus my monk level.
Nice. Jesus.
If I reduce the damage to 0, I can catch the missile, and if it is small enough for me to hold in a hand. If I catch the missile in this way, I can spend a key point to make a ranged attack with the weapon or piece of ammunition I just caught as part of the same reaction. You make this attack with proficiency regardless of your weapon proficiencies, and the missile counts as a monk weapon for the attack, which has a normal range of 20 feet and a long range of 60 feet.
That's some Matrix shit. You get to catch an item and throw it back?
Pretty much.
That's sick. Okay.
And what I'm most hype about, I did have it just pulled up. I'm going to choose the monastic tradition, Way of the Drunken Master.
So this is also an unearthed arcana piece, right? This wasn't straight from the book.
Yep.
Awesome.
So what it does, bonus proficiencies I get at the third level, I get proficiency with brewer's supplies and improvised weapons.
Nice.
Improvised weapons count as monk weapons for me. So essentially, I can just grab things around me and use them. At third level, I start to learn to fight from a stumbling but deceptively agile stance known as sloshing.
Sloshing?
Sloshing. As a bonus action on my turn, I can spend a key point to induce a drunk-like state in myself and begin sloshing. When you start sloshing, you gain temporary hit points equal to your monk level. I have advantage on dexterity saves. Your opportunity attacks have advantage, and opportunity attacks against me have disadvantage. And I have disadvantage on wisdom saves and checks.
All right.
Sloshing lasts for 5 minutes. Blah 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 blah.
All right. So you guys just make sure you write all this shit down, because there's no way I want to remember all that stuff. So you guys have to be kind of in charge of figuring out, okay, if this attack is going to hit me, this is what I can do about it, kind of thing. That makes sense?
I've got mine bookmarked.
Yeah. Just make sure you have it handy.
Yep.
All right, we're leveled up. We got through the first arc. We know what our quest is. We got some beer. We are fucking ready. Let's do this.
Leroy Jenkins.
have our first Patreon sponsor, Aaron Redacted. Last time on You Meet in a Tavern. Our philosophers have been doing some investigative work. Felix has taken residence in the Lost Temple along with the Dread King. For the moment, they have not been seen outside the Eternal Flats. I am not certain as to why this is, but I fear that Felix has bigger plans in motion. Our philosophers were able to extract several books from the temple library before that too was destroyed. The Dread King is a legendary monster that destroyed hundreds and hundreds of wizards before us. With the totem's combined power, the Seven were able to banish the Dread King back into the Black Plains. Felix's ability to summon the beast remains a mystery, but it is imperative that we find the remaining 6 totems. The tome mentions a human by the name of Sabbatha from the Red Sands. She was once a drifter in the desert and is recognized only by the wooden amulet she wore around her neck. I've managed to track down the last known location of the tomb in which she was supposedly buried. I suggest we start there. And the Archmage says, "Excellent work." And he turns to you and he says, "The Red Sands is a dangerous, desolate place in the far west reaches of our world.
Of course it is.
Can I tell you something?
Yes.
Tell you something? I was hoping that we would go to a desert because one of the things I can turn into is a camel.
Your usefulness knows no bounds.
Go on.
Okay, that's great. I'm really happy for you. So you remember what happened last time? You guys finished off in Blackrock Mine. You saved Marty. You got the mysterious gear. And the Archmage told you all about these 7 items. And gear is the first one. So you have 6 items to collect. And you've been hanging out in the Arcane Tower, waiting for these dust storms to pass before heading off to the Red Sands, where you are in search of a tomb of a woman from the desert named Sabbatha. So Tess kind of comes into your room and says, "Guys, okay, the portal's ready. The dust storms are gone. You guys ready for this?"
Yes, ma'am.
Ready.
I'm ready.
Ready. I'm ready.
So she shuts the door and turns around and pulls out her wand and says, "Okay, we'll do this right here." And she points the wand at the door and it turns into this blue portal. "Okay, here you go." And she pushes you through the portal. And you guys...
That's us going through
Is
the
it
portal.
fucking Bill and Ted? What is this?
Maybe.
Okay, you guys land flat on your face, and you get up and you look around you, and the portal closes behind you, and all around you is just this vast desert of red sand and rock. You've seen like colored pictures of Mars. This is kind of what it looks like. Just all around you is just this red rock and dirt and sand. And you can see kind of dust storms off in the distance trailing off. And there's just swirls of dust kind of all around you, wisps of sand traveling. And it's pretty windy.
I immediately turn into a camel.
How many charges do you get at level 3 of that?
2.
So
2.
Just 1 right off the bat.
Yep, but it lasts for an hour.
Okay, all right. What do you look like as a camel? Yeah, I guess
Well,
you still wear all your stuff.
Before I turn into a camel, I'll poll the group. Should I be a dromedary camel or a Bactrian camel? Dromedary has 1 hump. Bactrian has 2 humps. Dromedary is bigger.
2 humps.
2 humps.
2 humps. Okay, I transform into a Bactrian camel.
Okay. All right. So you are a double hump.
So I'm assuming, Durf, you're doing this so we can ride you, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You guys hop on?
Can't Carl also summon his own mount?
That's up to him. That's a 2nd level spell.
That's true. That's true. Maybe you should save it. I'll just carry everybody around. Okay.
So Durf, it's kind of on you to I don't have any directionality here. You being the camel and the druid, can you navigate us? Is that possible?
I guess that's possible. My passive perception as a camel is 9, so that's not very high. What can we do? I guess so we're in the middle of a desert, which is just a desert in every direction.
Well, would you like to make a perception check, maybe?
Why don't we make a perception check?
Okay. Why don't you each make a perception check? Just around you. Check what's around.
Hard in the paint with a 4 for me.
Okay. Turf gets a 4.
13 for Tug.
22 for Carl.
Carl, you see the shit out of a large wooden statue in the distance. You can just barely make through like when you look at like a hot road, how everything's kind of like jumbled. You could just see in the distance this blurry vision of a large statue.
Durf and Tug, I see a statue in the distance. I think we should maybe head that way, guys.
All right, I spit some cud out on the ground and start galloping towards the statue.
Do you guys want to jump on first?
I thought they were already on me.
Oh, okay.
I already shotgun first time.
Yeah, can confirm. I am on his back.
All right. So,
okay.
Durf, you gallop straight towards this large wooden statue, and as you get closer, this is a few hundred yards off. As you get closer, you make out the visage of a woman, and this is a wooden statue from what you can tell. And as you get about 10 feet close, you can see it in all of its glory. It is a woman in a plain robe, adorned with a belt with the symbol of the sun on the buckle. The other interesting piece of this statue is the carving of a small amulet around her neck. It's like in the shape of a large figure 8, where the top loop is a lot smaller than the bottom thick loop. And she is holding an empty wicker basket in both hands.
Like actually wicker or
well,
statue?
It's all made of wood. It's all carved into wood, but it looks like a wicker basket.
Gotcha. Interesting.
Is her the symbol on her waistband the same like the symbol for Pelor that we saw on the...
Why don't you make a religion check?
Not very religious. It's a 5.
You can't tell at this point. You try to think back, and your memory is hazy about the temple.
I spit out some cud.
Some more? You still got some in there?
Yeah, I got a ton of it.
You got 2 humps, so extra cud.
Yeah. Just to show my displeasure with Carl not figuring that shit out.
Okay.
I spit a little bit.
All right.
Are there any doors around?
Yeah.
No, it's pretty much just all red sand and rocks still around you. The scene really doesn't look that much different than when you first landed, but now there's a statue there.
And it's fully carved out of wood. Nothing, we see no metal.
Fully carved out in wood.
Yeah, can we poke at shit and see if there's any switches on it?
Yeah, sure.
We do a poke at shit check?
Just poke it. You don't have to make a check.
I want to poke.
Where are you poking?
Various parts of the statue. Maybe first I'll kind of rear up on my hind legs and try and push down on the basket, see if the arms are a switch, perhaps.
Okay. Yeah, you push down on the basket and nothing happens.
Okay. What did you say about there's like a figure 8?
Yeah, it's like it's a everything's wood, but carved around her neck is embossed it almost looks like really thin thread around her neck that ends in this figure 8, and the top loop of the figure 8 is a lot smaller than the bottom. Why don't all three of you make an investigation check? I'll give you a little help.
Let's do an investigation check.
Let's investigate, fellas.
7.
16 for Carl.
15 for Tug.
Okay. Durf, with your camel eyes, you don't make out anything really, but Tug and Carl, you do notice if you look down the wicker basket, which the top of it's probably like eye level to Tug. If you look down, you actually see some writing carved into the wood underneath the wicker basket, and it's in common. And you read this: "O weary traveler, what rest you seek? I lay in wait to treat your tired bones. Do not linger, eternal rest is my own. One turn of the sun, and I'll be closed. From pain, from strife, from fear, from life, come now and be anew. Leave behind your burdens of war, and bring only peace with you."
So we got to put our weapons in there. That's what I think. I say that in camel.
What it sounds.
You
That's what it
can't
sounds
talk
like.
in camel. You got to turn back into a human if you want to talk.
Okay, so then I'll just shrug my spear off my back into the basket to signify to the rest of the crew that that's what I think we should
You
do.
go like
I
nod
will-
to them like
Tug awkwardly kneads his fists inside the basket.
I will place all my weapons in the basket.
Okay, so you guys are now weaponless. Tug, are you also? I guess are you
I
placing?
am now entire body is in the basket.
Okay, everything's in the basket.
I am a living weapon.
All right, fine. Yeah. So as you do this, as all your weapons leave, and Tug, you are sitting in the basket. The wooden statue starts to descend, and in a 10-foot radius around the statue, the sand beneath your feet starts to kind of fall away, and it reveals this spiral staircase going down to the left. Yeah.
Okay, so there's 2 kinds of Zelda switches where on one kind, if you step off, the thing that you opened closes again, and in another, once you open it, it stays. So the first thing I do is pick my spear up with my mouth out of the basket to see if the stairs stay there or not.
All right. The statue springs up, and Tug goes flying outside of the statue, about 30 feet in the air behind you. And Tug, why don't you roll a d4? Oh, I'll roll a d4. You're gonna take 4 damage as you
Excellent.
hit a rock.
I just spent $1,000 on the spear. Okay, I don't want to leave it in the middle of some fucking desert, but I put it back.
Okay, and the statue descends once again.
I strolled down the stairs.
Are you still a camel?
Yep.
Damn it.
I've only been a camel for like 5 minutes. That's
Okay,
like a 55 minutes a camel to go.
What are you two doing?
Picking myself up off the earth and following,
I will follow as well.
since I got my ass lawn darted half a mile away.
All right, so you guys head down this staircase, and as you reach the bottom, you go through this archway, and you come through to this beautiful, beautiful rectangular chamber with tall arched columns that climb up to the ceiling. Adorning on the walls, you see big, active, fiery braziers, like big lanterns. On each side of this chamber, you see 2 large archways that lead to other rooms in the place, and these are occupied by grand beds with dark red silk covers. In the center of this main chamber, you see a long wooden table with a massive feast set out. There's tall, ornate candles going down the center of the table, and this table is just littered with cooked meats and platters of fruit and breads and cheeses, steaming stew, and cask upon cask of delicious-looking ale.
Tug elects to start drinking.
Durf thinks this looks like a fucking trap, and he just
Okay.
kind of meanders and lets Tug take the lead.
Okay, as you guys
I drink carefully.
So you take a seat at the head of the table, Tug, and you grab a cask. And as you look down this table, you actually notice that there are dozens of chairs, and some of them are occupied by skeletons. There's 3 of them. There's 2 on your left and 1 to the right. And Durf, as you meander around to the side, you see 2 figures on the floor to the side of the table. These aren't skeletons per se, but they look like they're in real bad shape. There's like rotting flesh on their bones, which you can clearly see through this skin that has kind of drooped down to the floor. They are small. They are like childlike corpses, and you do notice on their heads they have each these 2 small white horns that are curling back across the side of their forehead at the top of their skulls.
So are they dead?
Tug is no longer drinking.
Tug just slowly lowers his mug to the table. They are super fucking dead. Carl, what are you doing?
Kind of just hanging out in the doorway. I'm going to go ahead and drop one of my golden feathers
Okay.
so that we can find
Okay.
our way back to the entrance when we inevitably get lost.
Okay. Sounds good.
Strong play. Strong play.
I'll give one of the corpses a sniff, see if there's any interesting smells.
Well, it's dead. You smell the dead stuff. Smells pretty
Nice.
bad.
Nice. I spit some cud.
Some more.
Yeah.
What is cud
never stops.
exactly?
I think it's like they actually like half regurgitate food and chew on it throughout the day for I don't know reasons.
So when you turned into a camel, did you just automatically have food in your mouth?
Yeah, it's part of the druid thing. The druids do that.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess I look around some more.
Okay. Perception check. Yeah, perception check.
Natural 20.
Damn. Yeah, you perceive the shit out of this room. You see like marks on the rocky walls, like slash marks on the walls. You see to your left on the opposite side of the table, there is a platform that leads up into this like half circle area that you couldn't see past all the candelabras and this feast that's laid out. And you see steps leading up to a large sarcophagus, and the lid is halfway off.
I'm gonna stroll up cautiously
Okay.
and check the sarcophagus out.
Okay. Investigation check.
11.
Okay. With that, you look down into it, and it's halfway dark. You can see a little bit of it from the light from these candles and braziers from the room, but it looks empty. Looks empty.
All right. And so I'm up in the little semicircle room. Is there
Yes.
anything noteworthy around in the semicircle room? Any doors or anything like that?
No doors. There's this large golden figure of a woman on the wall, and she's like holding in her hands these precious gems, and the sarcophagus is right at her feet.
Like loosely, like you could take the gems out of her hand.
It looks like it. Yeah.
Let's not do that.
That seems like a trap. I've seen enough mummy movies to know that that's a trap.
Okay.
Can't you shoot an arrow and try and knock it out of the hand just to trigger the trap? See what happens.
Like a camel arrow?
Not you, aren't you? Just like, God damn it. Tug continues to drink.
Have we explored all of the contours of this room?
Pretty much. Yeah. Pretty much.
I'm going to use a skeleton femur and throw it to try and dislodge the gem.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
All right. Tug, as you reach for this, which one are you going for? Left or right? There's two on the left, one on the right.
The left.
Okay. You reach for the closest femur you can find to the left. And as you do so, your hand is grabbed around the wrist by this skeleton's hand as it lifts up from the chair and stares you right in the eyes.
What's good is I know Rex Kwon Do, if you all remember that, so I break the wrist and walk away.
Why don't we roll an initiative first?
Well, in that case, I'll be going last.
18.
11.
12.
Well,
Durf, what is your dex?
Oh, my camel dex?
Yeah,
Oh,
you're still a camel.
-1. -1. So
Okay.
actually 17.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's important.
Wait, is that how it works?
Well,
Right?
so if you tie someone with their if you tie an enemy or you tie one of the other guys, whoever has the highest dex goes first.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, so it's 18, and my dex is 8
Okay.
as a camel.
So that's -1. Yeah. The skeleton that so first of all, where are you guys in relation to Tug currently?
I guess I'm at the bottom of the stairs or platform or whatever.
So you're on the opposite side.
Yeah.
You're at the other end of the table. So you're probably about 15 feet from Tug and the skeletons. Carl, you are just at the base of the spiral staircase?
Yes.
Okay. So you're about the same distance away. Okay. The skeleton that was next to the one that grabbed Tug is going to reach up and stand on the chair and grab a knife from the table and just try to leap over and come straight down at you, Tug, with this knife.
Hooray!
And it's going to roll a 8.
8 does not make it.
Okay, so you definitely dodge. How do you want to dodge this?
Well, I'm still being grasped by the one in front of me, right? So
Yes.
I guess I will fade backwards towards the back of the skeleton's chair that's sitting down. Like that has me.
Okay.
Does that make
Sweet.
sense?
Yep. So you're like wrapping its arm around the back of the chair?
Yeah, trying to make it a weird, put it in a weird position.
Sweet. So this other skeleton just leaps over and plunges the knife into the chair that you were sitting in. Durf, your turn.
So how far away am I from these two skeletons?
About 15 feet.
Okay, my speed is 50 feet, so I'm going to cover that distance in an instant and bite one of the skeletons on, I'm going to say on like the neck. I don't know. Is that where you bite a skeleton? I'm going to bite it on the neck.
Okay. Are you leaping like on the table? Like climbing over the table?
Yes, I leap up onto the table
Okay.
in camel form and bite the skeleton on the neck.
Okay. You leap up on the table and shit just goes flying off this thing and roll an attack roll.
1.
Oh god.
You miss and you ended up just like kissing it with your floppy camel lips just on the face.
That's cool.
Okay. What happens next is the two figures that were on the ground with the horns and this rotted flesh also start to get up. And they look eerily similar, like twins. And they are together going to strike out at you, Durf. They're going to come up and just take their rotted hands and smash you across the face. So the first one is going to roll a 7.
That will not hit.
Okay, so it just barely misses underneath your head. And the second one rolls a 14.
That will hit.
Okay, so it is going to do 4 damage to you.
Okay.
As this rotted hand collides with your face. Carl.
What's the closest pygmy?
The closest what?
Or the little skeleton guy. There's one super close to me.
Yeah, so there's Tug, who's kind of holding a skeleton's arm behind his back. To the right of him is another
Right.
skeleton. To the left of Tug are the two zombies attacking Durf.
So the two little skeletons that are attacking Tug.
Yep.
I just want to kind of like take off running and then just jump and giant like belly splash onto both of them and Tug.
Okay.
And try and immobilize all of them.
You're just going to you can only attack one at a time, but I would let you try to like grapple your body on top of the one that came down with the knife.
Okay.
Okay, roll a strength throw.
12.
12. That misses. So you go to run and jump, and your arms are flying out, and you just barely miss and land on the table over some roast beef.
Yummy.
Yummy. Tug.
So let's see. It came over. I'm going to say the skeleton grabbed my left arm, if you're all right with that, Joe.
Yep.
So since I kind of stepped back, I'm going to try and just throw a couple right hooks into the skeleton's head.
Just from the back?
Yeah, just because I kind of faded back to dodge the one attack.
Sweet.
So I'm just going to try and do a couple swings.
All right. I'll let you do that with advantage since it's kind of in a grappled position. Excellent.
Okay, so that means every attack roll, I roll twice and take the higher one.
Correct.
So that's a 15?
Yep.
Or a 20?
Yeah. Is it a natural 20?
No.
Okay, so yeah, you hit either way.
Okay. So this is my first strike. Is a 6 damage.
Okay.
And then I'm rolling for my second attack. 20, not natural.
Yep, that'll hit.
And a 7. So I'll take the 20. And then it is 6 damage.
6 damage. Okay. So yeah. So you come and swing with your right hook, and you smash this thing across the face, and you just hear this crack. And with your left hook, you come across once again, and the skull just bursts into about 50 different pieces that fly across the room. And this guy's dead.
Sublime.
Okay. Up next is the skeleton that was across the table from you, Tug, and he's going to see this, and he's just going to leap across and try to grab you by the throat. So
I decline that.
You decline that? He's going to roll a 7 to hit Tracy.
That's not gonna get there.
Okay, so with quick fists, you're able to lift them up and block this grapple attempt. Up next is the skeleton that kind of ran up and attacked you first, Tug. He's going to turn and attack Carl, who's on the table with his knife still in his hand.
And my roast beef.
Rolls a 23.
That's a hit. All right.
That's a hit. Okay, it's going to do 7 damage to you.
All right.
So it's going to get you right between the shoulder blades, the armor in your shoulder blades. Durf.
So where is everybody relative to me?
You got 2 zombies right on your front on the ground. You've got a skeleton that is, let's see. You got a skeleton right in front of Tug at his chair, and then to Tug's right, there's a skeleton kind of looking over Carl.
How close are the 2 right in front of me to each other?
Very close.
Within 5 feet?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna de-transform.
Okay, that's a bonus action, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm going to immediately use Moonbeam on them. Which allows me to put down a beam of light in a 5-foot radius wherever I like with a 40-foot high cylinder. And basically, when it's their move, each of them has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
And if they fail, they take 2d10 radiant damage.
Shit.
And if they succeed, they take 1d10 radiant damage. And that moonbeam stays there.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody who starts their turn in the moonbeam or crosses into the moonbeam has to make that same.
Holy
check.
shit. Okay.
And that stays there for how long does that stay there? A minute.
Sweet. Okay, cool. So you lift your hands up after detransforming from this camel, and this beam of light comes and shines down on both of these zombies, and they look up and just like look super pissed. And it's actually their turn. So Constitution saving throw.
Yep.
All right. First one's gonna roll a. Let's see. That's a 9.
Okay.
So he takes 2d10.
Yeah. Do I do that or do you?
You do that. Go ahead.
Okay. That is 20.
Shit. No, you didn't.
I rolled 2 10s.
God damn. Do you add? No, you don't. Holy shit. Okay. That one looks up and just evaporates. Just like what is it called in Star Trek when they get beamed up? What's it called?
They just beam them up.
Beam me up.
No,
Beam me
no,
up.
there's a word for it.
Oh, is it like the transponder?
So, you know
No.
what? Fuck that. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. He just little kid turns into chocolate, like in the TV. You know how he like splits into a billion pieces. That's what this
Right.
zombie does. All right, second Constitution saving throw. Ooh, okay, that's a 20.
Okay, so he only takes 1d10 then,
Okay.
which is a 5.
All right, so the second one gets burnt up. You can see little flakes of skin and bone kind of dissolving off his skin, but he's still alive. And he's going to turn at you and attempt to bite you in the shoulder.
Okay.
He rolls a 15.
My AC is 15.
Okay, so that'll hit. Ty goes to the attacker.
Okay.
And he's going to roll a... Oh, fuck. A 2. 2 damage. But you have to take you have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, I got an 11.
Plus your Constitution saving throw modifier?
Including... Yes.
Okay. You are going to take an additional 7 necrotic damage. Unholy damage.
Well, all right then. Did he move to do that?
Yeah.
So he's not in the cylinder anymore.
He stepped 5 feet forward to where you were.
Okay.
Okay. Carl.
I'm on the table. I'm assuming I'm like surrounded by like plates and mugs.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab a mug in each hand and just try and bludgeon this little skeleton with the knife.
Sweet.
Into
Just
something.
straight across the facial
Yeah.
area. Okay, D20, go.
19.
Yeah, that'll hit.
What am I rolling for damage?
Oh, you're gonna roll a D4, just a D4, because it's improvised
Yeah.
weapon. Plus your strength.
That's a 7.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, you hit this across the face, and a couple brittle bones just shatter off his head, but he's still alive. Tug.
I'm gonna go after the one that lunged at me that's in front of me now.
Okay.
And I'm going to kind of do that spinning elbow maneuver that I did in our last skirmish.
Oh yeah, with the scorpion.
Yep.
Sweet.
A 9.
That will not hit.
Okay. And then a 19.
That will definitely hit.
5 damage.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, you knocked this guy pretty good in the chest, and he kind of bounces backwards a little bit. It is his turn now, so he's going to leap at you again and try to just wring his hands around your neck. He rolls a 12, so 12 misses, Tug, I assume?
Yep, sure does.
All right. Skeleton that was over Carl, who just got blasted in the face with a mug, is going to try to stick his knife at you again, Carl. That's a 12.
That does not hit.
Okay, so he misses as well. Just glances right off your chest plate. Durf.
here's what I'm gonna do. What is in a straight line behind the monster, starting with me?
Behind this monster is just this large pillar of stone, about maybe 10 feet behind him.
And my moonbeam?
And your moonbeam, just a foot. He's just outside the moonbeam.
Okay. I'm gonna use Gust of Wind,
Okay.
which is a line of strong wind 60 feet long and 10 feet wide, which blasts from me in a direction I choose. Now I'm going to blast directly at my moonbeam.
Okay. So he's gonna have to pass through it.
Yeah.
Sick.
And he has to make a strength saving throw on his turn or be pushed 15 feet back.
Does it do any damage off the bat, or just on his turn? He's up next, so he could
No.
just do that.
No, he does not take any damage.
Okay, so strength saving throw, same 13, right?
Yep.
Ooh, that's 10.
Okay, so he's going to get blasted through the moonbeam, and because he is passing through it during his turn, he's going to have to make a Constitution saving throw
Holy
or
shit.
take that damage.
Okay, another saving throw. He rolls a 12.
Okay.
So he has to take
He's going to
2d10?
Yeah. He's going to take 10.
Yeah. So like his brethren before him, he just flies into a million tiny pieces and gets evaporated by this moonbeam. Carl,
Cool.
you got 2 pretty hurt skeletons to deal with.
How big are these skeletons? Like smaller than Tug?
No, they're human. They're like your size.
They're human. Oh, they're okay. I'm gonna grab a chair.
Okay,
and
sweet.
Just waylay the skeleton.
It's gonna
the one with the knife.
the fuck out of it.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, sweet.
13.
That'll barely hit, but that'll hit. Nice. You're attacking the one that's been knifing you, right?
Yes.
Okay. What's your strength?
Yep. It's a 5.
Okay, yeah. You smash this thing across the waist area, and its chest just gets like removed, and its head drops down to its pelvis, and it's dead.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, Tug.
And I still have the lowly skeleton in front of me.
You got it.
I'm going to punch him repeatedly with my right fist.
Flurry of blows, or just
No, I'm going to grab his skeleton head with my left hand and just right fists until he's dead.
straight to the
Namely,
dome piece?
2 if they both hit. Hopefully, I can kill him.
Okay, I like it.
20 not natural on the first one.
Yep,
16 on the second one.
both hits.
Let's kill this motherfucker. 4 damage and then 6 damage.
Okay,
So
your first one smashes his nose. Well, he doesn't really have a nose, but it just creates a hole in his skull, and his little skeleton eyebrows raise up like, oh shit, as your second one collides with his face, and it bursts into pieces, and he is dead as well. And you guys are clear. You're in the clear. A tavern, just like everything else. The next thing I want to bring up is our prudence. We're a giant two-headed.
We pick a topic from geek or digital.
in the clear.
Nice.
As this battle has come to an end, as you collide with the skeleton head, you hear a rumble of stone, and you can see behind you the spiral staircase is starting to raise up.
Like, aka, we can't leave anymore?
AKA, we're in like slow-mo, and it is starting to raise up.
I guess I'm trying and scamper up those stairs. I think we're going to be trapped.
Yeah,
I
but,
say
like, we're
in
here
slow
for a
motion.
reason.
Well, that's true.
Like we did a fight and found nothing. Like, I feel like we should probably stay and try and figure out what the goal of the dungeon would be.
All right, I jumped down off the stairs.
We did it.
Okay. Okay, and the staircase raises up, and you hear a as it closes into the ceiling, and you are trapped down here. And all the fires in the braziers go out, and the candles on the table blow out, and it's pitch black.
Bummer. Can you guys see in the dark?
No.
Oh, hey, I can create a flame. I'll do that
Okay.
for teamwork.
Is this a cantrip?
Yeah, I use produce flame.
Is it
which
just in your hand?
Produces a flame. It's in my hand, and I guess I'll kind of look around and see if there's anything like wood or like the tablecloth or something I could wrap around a broken chair leg and turn into a torch.
You could also just light the candles again.
I'll just light the candles again.
Okay. You light the candles on the table, and now there's just dim glow along the walls. And you see, with this, you see the kind of altar where this sarcophagus was. The statue above her eyes are glowing yellow.
Fascinating. That's the one with the gems?
Yep.
I still don't take the gems.
Good idea.
Because that's a trap.
I want to use my divine sensibility.
Okay.
Just to detect presence of any place or object that has been consecrated or desecrated. So I guess, like, if any, they would tell me if any items are cursed.
Okay. So as you use this ability, and you kind of like gather this holy aura around you to be able to do this, you hear a voice coming from the statue that says,
"You have disturbed my final resting place. Now you will remain for eternity."
I don't want to do that though.
Yeah, no thanks.
We probably should have left. Not gonna lie. That's probably where we should have gone with.
Wow.
So
End of podcast, and then we starve to death.
Yeah.
did this voice just come out of the statue, or did the statue's like mouth actually move?
it's just like an ethereal voice that you all can hear echo through the chamber.
Well, I'm gonna use cure wounds on myself because I got pretty hurt in that fight when that zombie attacked me.
Okay.
So I want to try and interact with the voice.
6.
You're going to interact with what?
Yeah, I'm going to try and, like, I don't know. I want to try and talk to the voice.
Okay, I like it. So, Durf, you regain 6 HP.
Yep.
So scary voice. Who are you? Hello?
In my life I was Sabbatha, nomad of the Red Sands.
Turns out I think we were looking for you, Sabbatha. What were your people guarding?
Yeah, horrible guards, by the way.
My guardians are the remains of those who came before you, those who desecrated my tomb and took advantage of my hospitality. Your actions have shown that you are no better than the one that came before you, the one who took my amulet.
What actions exactly?
You tried to attack my gems with a femur.
Oh yeah, totally us, totally us.
Is there anything we could do to make up for that?
And she says,
In order to return to the world, you must show an act of good faith.
I place my mead on the pedestal or whatever in her hands, wherever the gems are, and I say, "This will increase your charisma and persuasion +1."
Maybe you should have just drank that. And, used it.
okay, why don't you roll a persuasion check?
Okay. 18.
Okay, yeah. She holds it in her hands, and she says,
Durf, this will do.
I'm gonna pull out my holy symbol of Mashakal and offer it as a treasure.
"Okay, okay."
You would give me the symbol of your god?
My god's with me all the time. This is just a earthly relic.
God damn, that's a good ass answer.
Is that the statue speaking?
Yeah.
Same Z's.
Yeah, that's-
Same Z's.
Okay.
And Tug, what is your symbol of your holy god?
These 5 darts that I have in my bag.
And what god might this be?
Dartholomew.
Yeah, roll a persuasion check.
Alrighty. We need this one, kid. 18.
Okay.
Dartholomew. Now that you mention it, I think I do know that god.
Cool.
Okay.
By offering these items, you have shown me that you know the way to kindness and benevolence.
Oh yeah.
You may go to spread the word across the land.
And her eyes go dim, and the
Wait.
braziers. Nope. The eyes go dim. And
Wait.
the braziers light back up, and the staircase lowers back to the ground.
I think if we wanted to come back, we could just try and take our stuff back.
Please don't do this.
Yeah, let's not.
I just wanted to tell me about the people who stole stuff.
They didn't.
They took one of our MacGuffins.
Okay, yeah, you guys get the fuck out of there.
All right.
You climb up the staircase and you end up to the top, back in the red sands. And it's a little dimmer now, but it's still like mid-afternoon. And the staircase closes behind you, and the sand kind of mistfully falls back into place over this spiral staircase. And as you come to the top, you see in front of you and to either side these three sets of reeds, like a pair of reeds sticking up from the sand, maybe about 10 feet in front of you on either side.
Like, is somebody using them to breathe from underneath the sand?
Maybe.
I pull one up.
Okay.
Cover the top. Cover the top.
What are you two doing? Which one are you going to? The one in front, left, or right?
Actually, you know what? Belay that order. Is my spear in the basket?
Yeah, all your weapons are still in the basket.
I'm gonna go get my spear before I do any of this shit.
Okay. So you guys all retrieve your weapons?
I'll retrieve our weapons.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
I just mill my hands around in the basket and just shrug. I don't know. I don't know what
Okay.
the anticipated result is.
Yeah. And then I try to pull up one of the reeds.
Okay.
I think it's probably some kind of sandworm that's gonna eat me or whatever. But
in front of you, or to the left, or to the right?
I'll go with the one in front of me.
Okay. You walk up and you yank on one of these reeds. You yanking pretty hard. Why don't you roll a strength check?
Yeah, I yank pretty hard. You know what I'm saying?
You hit.
18
Okay, yeah, you yank super hard and you
or
break
17.
off.
Sorry.
Okay, still, that's pretty good. You break off the top of this thing, and as you do that, you hear this dull screech that's loud and high pitched, and it's like the worst sound you've ever heard in your life. And you hear this from 3 different directions. One right underneath you, and the other to the right of Tug and to the left of Carl, who are back about 10 feet back by the statue. And as you hear this screeching noise, from the sand erupts these massive cockroach looking creatures. You remember Men in Black?
Yeah.
You know, like the end of Men in Black when you step it on the cockroaches.
Yep.
Yep. It's like that sized creature.
Okay.
3 of them erupt from the sand and stare straight down at you. And we're back at initiative, boys.
All right.
Jesus. Damn it.
13.
All right.
16
Sweet.
for Carl.
Tug?
7.
7. You rolled 2. You're so good. Okay. All right. First one up is the one that's got a little busted up antenna from what you pulled off, Durf. And it is going to come straight down at you. So it's got this huge like ass of just scaly just butt. And it's just a scaly huge butt. And scales that lift and reach up its spine, and in its head there are these 2 gigantic pincers that are coming out. These things are like 4 feet long and like 3 feet wide, and it is just going to try to clamp across your body, Durf, with these pincers. And it is going to roll an 18.
That will hit.
Okay. So these pincers just crash against your hips and leave this huge gash, and they're going to do 13 damage.
Cool. I'm gonna die
Okay,
soon.
Carl.
I'm going to sprint up to Durf and use Lay on Hands.
Okay.
Durf, how much hit points do you? How many hit points do you have?
Without giving an exact number, I would say that I'm feeling about a 7 out of 20 in terms of health right now.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Oh God, that's so bad.
I'm gonna Lay on Hands for 10.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's not do that's metagaming, so I'll allow it because that was funny, but let's not do that. All right, so you heal for 10, Durf. Next up is the other creature. I'll tell you what these are called. These are called ankegs. They are humongous monstrosity insects. And the one on the right is going to run up towards you, Carl, and it's going to once again attack you with its giant pincers.
Sure.
And it rolls a 19.
That's a hit.
Okay. It's gonna do.
That's a lot of rolls.
It's gonna do 11 damage to you.
Yeah.
As it crushes you in the shoulder with these pincers. Tug. No, I'm sorry. Wait. Yeah, Durf, you're up.
All right. So there are 2 cockroaches that are sort of right on top of us, right?
Yep, right on top of you. Tug is still back by the statue,
Okay.
pretty close to the 3rd one.
On the 3rd one, I'm going to use animal friendship.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Is that the one closest to me, right? That's what we're calling the 3rd one?
Yeah.
Closest to
So if its intelligence is 4 or higher, the spell fails.
Nope.
Okay. Otherwise, the beast has to succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be charmed for the spell's duration.
Okay. So
which is 24 hours.
I got to beat a 13. Holy shit, 24 hours? Okay, sweet. All right. Let's see. That's nope, that's a 14. 13 plus 1. So you turn around and just blast this ball that hits it in the face, and it shakes it right off. And it is now its turn. And it's going to turn right down at Tug, who's the closest to it. And it's going to spray you. So it's going to kind of like rear back with its face and hawk a huge ass acid loogie and spray you right in the face with this. You need to
Is this
make
considered a ranged attack?
Sure. Well, it's not one that you can like hold because it's just a blast of spray. Are you trying to use your?
Well, it starts off like I have to negate all the damage
Yeah.
on the deflect missiles to even be able to do anything after that.
Right.
So I
Right.
was just seeing what was up. But if it's like a spray or whatever, then that
Yeah,
doesn't really make
It
sense.
doesn't
to be able to
say.
touch
I think it has to say make a ranged attack. This is just kind of like a spray that's 30 feet long and 5 feet wide, and you have to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
So okay, so make a dex saving throw.
19.
Yeah. So you end up dodging out of the way to the left a little bit, but you do get a little bit on your legs because you take half damage on a successful save. So you're gonna take. You're gonna take 7 damage
All
with
right.
this spray of acid as it eats away at your legs. And up next is the original one, who attacked Durf, and it's gonna reach down at you again, Durf, with its bite, and it rolls a 24.
Christ. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, so I
Good
assume
job,
that hits.
guy.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's gonna. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Okay, you take 17 damage.
Okay, I'm dead.
17?
He's dead.
Yeah, this
What
guy.
happens when I die?
So what happens when you get hit with this much damage? This doesn't. What does your health go to? Just tell me.
0.
Well, I mean, like what?
Precisely 0.
Oh, it goes to exactly 0. Okay, so you essentially get hit with these pincers and fall unconscious, and you are on the ground bleeding out. So every time it's your turn, we haven't done this before. Every time it's your turn, you make a death save, which is you roll a d20, and if it is lower than 10, you mark a little X on your character sheet that says you failed a save. If it's greater
Okay.
than 10, then you succeed on a save. You have to get 3 successes before 3 failures, or you die.
Cool.
You can be revived with someone who makes a medicine check. You can make a DC 10 medicine check to stabilize you. So that means you basically go to 0, but you're not bleeding out anymore. You can, and then you can be healed, essentially. So someone has to make a medicine check to stabilize you. Otherwise, you keep rolling those saves.
Can I talk?
Nope, you're bleeding out and unconscious.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
there's 3 of these giant beetles.
Correct.
things.
And 2 of them are over you, Carl, and it is your turn. Now you can still protect him. So like they can still attack your unconscious body, Durf, and do more damage. And if you fall below your max HP in the negatives, then you insta die.
Cool.
All right, Carl.
I'm gonna conjure duplicate. Let's make it happen.
Oh, that's so sick. Okay. All right. Where are you gonna conjure this?
Right beside me.
Right beside you? Okay. So you're gonna
Or like I want him to be like hold on, let me make sure. I want him to be like 5 feet away from me. Like off to the opposite side away from Durf.
Okay. So kind of getting its attention to the right of you.
Right.
Okay. All right, sweet.
Yep.
So you conjure up this duplicate of yourself, and it copies your movements, and you're allowed to move it as a bonus action on your turn. So what do you want to do with it as your bonus action after you've conjured
I
it?
just want him to kind of like try and taunt the beetles.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So you create one to the right, away from Durf, and it does some like jumping jacks, and the beetles turn towards you and it, away from Durf's body.
Right.
It is the Ankeg's turn that turned itself towards this duplicate, and it's going to reach down and bite. And as it does this, the pincers go straight through it, and it has a very confused look on its face. Durf,
All right.
it's your turn, so you need you to make one of those saves.
All right. 9.
Okay.
That's a failure.
That's a failure. 1x on the death save.
All right.
Okay. It is now the Ankeg that is over Tug, and this is going to try to spray you again. It saw you dodge to the right, and it's going to try to spray you once again, kind of overcompensating for its first miss. So
Yeah,
go
right.
ahead and roll that deck save.
Am I ever gonna go? I feel like these guys keep attacking me.
Yeah, you're after this.
Natural 20.
Wait, did you make an attack yet?
No.
Oh fuck, I missed it then. That's okay. You definitely dodge out of the way of this spray, and it's your turn. And I'll let you go twice since I missed you. How about that?
Oh, we're gonna kill this motherfucker right now. I'm triggering my fist wraps of the bull, and I'm kicking up flurry of blows here.
Holy shit. Okay.
So we're gonna try and put an effort here. So it's gonna go normal hand attack, backup attack, third attack, and then I'm gonna use my fist wraps of the bull on my second attack.
Okay. So okay, sweet.
So that one's gonna be cranked up in damage. That one's gonna go up from a D4 to a D6.
Sweet. So where are you attacking this thing?
I guess in its face.
Okay, so you're gonna try to leap up.
Mandibles. I guess it has mandibles, so
Yep.
I guess I'll punch through those.
Sweet.
First one is a 15.
That will hit.
Okay. So damage. 4.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, you hit this guy.
Okay.
And
second attack, which is my powered up one, 15 again.
Yep, that hits.
For another 4. Come on, can't get the ones off the D6.
All right, so you blast both these mandibles, and it kind of shakes it off. And ready for your third attack?
Third attack, yep. 22.
Yeah, that hits.
Come on. 7.
Shit. Okay, yeah, and you uppercut this guy, and a little bit of that poisonous acid spray kind of splurts out from its mouth, but it is still very much alive.
That's very not a good sign.
Okay. Go ahead and go again since I missed your last attack.
All right, here we go. 9.
Nope, not gonna hit this time.
20, not natural.
Okay, yeah, that'll hit.
For 5 damage.
All right, once again in the mandibles.
Yep.
All right, so this time.
Wait, do I have to elect the key? Can I use a key point to do another attack?
I forget whether it says you have to do that. No, go ahead.
18.
That'll hit.
For another 5.
Damn, son. Okay, yeah, you blast this thing in the mandibles, and you actually kind of break one of them off, and it goes fluttering across the sand, and it shakes it off, and it is just seething with anger now. It's like foaming at the mouth with this green poison. Its eyes are narrowed down straight at you, and it's pissed. Up next is the Ankeg, who was not distracted by your duplicate, Carl. So it's going to reach down at you and attempt to bite as well. It's going to roll a 24. These guys are crushing it.
You're dead.
That's going to hit.
Yeah.
All right. 13 damage to you.
Yeah, I'm at -4.
Oh, really?
God,
okay.
dang.
All right. So you fall unconscious as well. And it's your turn. So you got to roll.
18.
18. So that's a save.
What if I'm super close to dying too?
Yeah.
That's a save.
Yep.
Okay. Up next is the Ankeg, who. So your duplicate kind of fizzles away as you fall unconscious as well, and you are bleeding out next to Durf. And the next Ankeg is looking over your all's bodies and notices Tug, and is just going to sprint straight at you, hawking up a Logie as it runs and spraying it in your direction.
Good.
Dex save.
22.
Yeah, yep. Okay, so you dodge out of the way. You do have to take half the damage. I forgot that last time. All right, so this one, you are going to take half of 6 plus 4 plus 3, which is 13. So you're going to take 6 damage.
Cool, I'm at 0.
Okay. So, as you okay, as you fade to blackness, as these three ankegs are kind of hovering over your body, you hear the singing of a metal weapon that flies through the air. And the last thing you feel is a spray of this warm green blood on your face. Hey everybody, this is Joe, your Dungeon Master. I just want to start at the top of this episode with a couple announcements. First of all, we apologize for putting this episode out a little late, and I guess it's about a week late now. We had something real important put out as a podcast. Go through this archway and you episode 9. Last time on You Meet in a Tavern. And the portal closes behind you, and all around you is just this vast desert of red sand and rock. As you get closer, you make out the visage of a woman, and this is a wooden statue from what you can tell. The wooden statue starts to descend. You guys head down this staircase, and as you reach the bottom, you go through this archway, and you come through to this beautiful rectangular chamber. You see a long wooden table with a massive feast set out. There's tall, ornate candles going down the center of the table, and this table is just littered with cooked meats and platters of fruit and breads and cheeses, steaming stew, and cask upon cask of delicious-looking ale.
Tug elects to start drinking.
As you look down this table, you actually notice that there are dozens of chairs, and some of them are occupied by skeletons. There's like rotting flesh on their bones, which you can clearly see through this skin that has kind of drooped down to the floor. They are small. They're like childlike corpses, and you do notice on their heads they have each these two small white horns that are curling back across the side of their forehead at the top of their skulls.
So are they dead?
Tug is no longer drinking.
You climb up the staircase and you end up to the top, back in the red sands. And as you come to the top, you see in front of you and to either side these three sets of reeds.
I pull one up.
You break off the top of this thing, and as you do that, you hear this dull screech that's loud and high pitched, and it's like the worst sound you've ever heard in your life. And you hear this from three different directions. And as you hear this screeching noise, from the sand erupts these massive cockroach-looking creatures.
Okay.
Three of them erupt from the sand and stare straight down at you. And we're back at initiative, boys. You take 17 damage.
Hey, I'm dead.
17?
He's dead.
13, so you're going to take 6 damage.
Cool, I'm at 0.
Everybody ready?
Ready.
Let's do it.
Getting tipsy.
So last we met, you guys had kind of got your ass handed to you by the three ankegs.
Disrespectfully
after you-
disagree.
Well, it happened, so. Yeah, so you went unconscious, and the last thing you felt, Kirk, right before your eyes kind of fell, was this spray of this hot green blood and the sound of this singing metal weapon through the air. And you fell unconscious. And now you wake up to the smell of incense and cooking meat, the sound of distant activity hanging just on the edge of your senses. Your eyes burn as they adjust to the light and smoke that hangs in the air of the large tent you find yourself in. You are bandaged and shackled to a rough wooden bed covered in straw and various ripped pieces of cloth. Across from you sits a hooded figure looking down, cleaning a long steel weapon with sharp curved blades on each end like some sort of lethal boomerang. The figure wears a black cowl with plain sleeveless leathers wrapped snug against its body. Around the back of its hip falls loose blue cloth wrapped around and tied together to drape behind a pair of dark trousers and thick black boots. And this episode is going to be a little bit more exposition based, where we're kind of setting the scene for this arc of the story. So feel free to jump in at any time with what your character might be reacting to, what you want to say, kind of what's going through your all's head. Feel free to interrupt me and interject at any time.
So all three of us woke up, or Kirk did? You had said Kirk.
All three of you.
Or is it, okay.
Yeah, all three of you
Tug.
in separate
Tug.
beds pretty close together are in this tent.
And we're shackled.
Shackled to the bed, so we're to remain in a lying position, or can we sit up?
Your arms are kind of tied with a rope that is tied to the legs of the bed, so you can sit up if you need to. You got a little slack.
Okay. I'm gonna sit up, and Tug sits up and drinks in his surroundings. See if I can see anything of note besides the gentleman you just described.
Well, it's a figure, and actually, as you sit up, she hears you, and she says, "I would not be so quick to move if I were you."
I'm literally just sitting up. Literally just sitting
she
up.
looks up. She looks up from cleaning her boomerang, and you all three see the face of a beautiful young woman with bright blue eyes. The top of her head is kind of covered in a cowl and wrapped up in these blue silks underneath. So you're just seeing her face. She gently places the boomerang on a nearby table and leans back in her chair with her arms folded, and she says, quite the trouble you found yourself in back there, eh?
Confirmed. Thanks for saving us. I'd give you a thumbs up, but I'm shackled. So thank you for that. Also,
Durf checks the player's manual to see if he needs his hand to transform into an animal and get out of his shackles.
Okay, as you're doing that, I guess in character, she says, "You were attacked by the Nkeg. They roam the red sands and attack in groups, feeding on any easy prey they can find. In this case, the lost traveler."
Easy.
yeah, that's Durf's fault. He was the first one in there. And
Wait, in where?
In the attacking of the straws. There was straws sticking out of the ground. He attacked the straws. I didn't want anything to do with the straws. So I am not weak. He is weak. You're misallocating blame here. And I appreciate that.
Your garb is not of the red sands. Tell me, why are you here? What brings you to this place?
We are looking for a specific MacGuffin. That Arcane Tower. Have you heard of it? Probably not.
No.
We took a wild warp ride here. We're looking for a MacGuffin. We did not locate said MacGuffin. Durf attacked the straws in the sand. I advised him not to. He did not listen to me. And then you had to save those two, not me. I was simply feigning death to formulate a sneak attack.
And what is this MacGuffin that you speak of?
I will defer to Durf because he's the one that calls it the MacGuffin.
It was, it's that we were looking for that woman who used to hang out in the desert, and she carries, that thing we're looking for. Carl, the thing.
The amulet. We're looking for an amulet.
Thank you, Jesus Christ. Do you guys take notes?
Absolutely not.
You should definitely take notes.
I couldn't remember her name, but I know we're looking for her amulet.
Sabbatha.
Sabbatha.
So devoted. All right, take some notes. Okay, so at this, she kind of stops and she goes white a little bit and has a very serious look on her face. Go ahead and do an insight check, Carl, since you said the last thing.
14.
Okay. So behind this scared look that she has on her face, you actually just kind of get the hint of sadness a little bit. And she says, you entered the tomb of the lady?
Yeah.
Totally did that.
You sought her amulet?
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
not for nefarious reasons like everyone else. We're different people. Don't judge
how
us.
am I to believe you? Why don't you make a persuasion check?
Just Tug.
Yeah, you're talking.
Natural 20.
No fucking way, really?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, so say you I guess you kind of already said why you said you're not for nefarious reasons. So she says the amulet you seek is gone.
I noticed that.
It was taken from the tomb. What reasons do you have? I believe that they are not evil. I can see it in your face. But what are your reasons?
We need to get it to put it with the other MacGuffins to fuse up some sort of monster doomsday device to destroy the person who stole him in the first place and killed Carl's sister and our entire village.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I mean, with a natural 20, like she buys all of this. she's
Boom,
just
baby.
she's astounded
Would you like to
at
go on
all
a date?
that's going on. And she kind of calms down from her panicked mode, and she says, I have brought you to the camp of my people in the heart of the Red Sands. We are
Can I
protected.
interrupt for a second?
Yes.
Could you maybe unshackle us?
Oh, right. Sorry.
Me first,
Yeah,
called
and
it.
she picks up her boomerang, and in 3 swift, quick movements, she cuts the shackles or the ropes from your hands, and you guys are free.
What is her fucking boomerang made of?
Awesome metal. It's pretty sweet. It's a pretty sweet looking
Okay.
weapon. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, she says, we are protected here from the storms and most creatures of the desert. We are a simple people and go by no name. We are under no king's rule. It is better that way. We live together and die together. Our children grow strong and independent. Some leave, but that is their choice, and we do not stop them.
I like it.
You may call me Bree. What are your
Like the
names?
cheese?
Well, like Bry. Bree.
Like Bry.
Fry.
It's Bree. What
Alright,
is
Bry.
your name?
Durf.
Tug.
I'm Carl with a K.
Okay. Carl with the K. Nice to meet all 3 of you.
But it's nicest to meet me.
Right. Well, okay. Come with me. And she gets up immediately and walks out of her tent.
I uneasily follow her?
Okay.
I confidently follow her. I have a lot of faith in this woman.
Is our gear like? Can we see our gear or anything?
Oh yeah. So
All
if you
my
look around
gear
the
is already
tent,
strapped to me. I punch.
you just punch. Yeah. Your all's gear is kind of sitting by the bed. She unshackled you, so she assumes like you're gonna take it. So you get all your stuff, and you follow her outside the tent. And you follow and you emerge to find yourself in a fairly large camp nestled inside a pocket of cliffs that reach high above and around you on 3 sides. Several huge pillars of stone reach hundreds of feet into the air, supporting wide rock bridges that span and cross overhead, creating a natural ceiling that shelters most of the camp from the harsh desert sun. As you follow Bree through the camp, you pass dozens of green and brown tents, both large and small. You see smoke rising from various campfires and men and women working diligently to prepare their evening meals. Many of them stop to bow or tip their head to Bree as she passes by. Suddenly, a pair of children run out in front of her and stop to look up, and a little freckled-faced boy says, "Any good stories today, Bree?" And she says, "Not this time, little ones. I was a little too preoccupied to go on the hunt today. She tussles his hair and glances back at you with a smirk.
I'll spin you a yarn, kid. Come find me later. Got tons of stories. Tons of
The
stories.
boy notices you and gapes in amazement as you pass. You walk for a short while and eventually pass the last set of tents on the outer rim of the camp. You walk down a rocky path to a fenced-in area in front of a cave built into the cliff walls to the left. Bree puts her fingers to her lips and lets out a shrill whistle, and for a second all is silent, and then from inside the cave you hear an extremely loud, muffled roar as 3 giant lizards come barreling towards you.
Sweet.
And I just want, like, what's your reaction to all this? Because you guys grew up in a small city, right? You didn't see any of this stuff so far.
I'm hype as shit about the lizards.
Well, can I use animal handling to see what their situation is, see what their deal is? I can intuit their intentions with animal handling.
Yeah,
I'd like to intuit their intentions.
Sure, yeah.
I feel like we're just gonna ride the lizards.
Well, roll a check anyway, Jamal or Dirk.
Okay.
Animal handling.
All right. Fucking 20.
Oh, 20? Wow. Okay. Yeah. You intuit that these are domesticated lizards. They're not evil. They're not barreling towards you to attack you. And actually, as you are thinking this, you make the obvious assumption because they are carrying these large saddles with reins that hang down from their necks up to metal bars that are affixed inside their mouths.
Nice. What color are they?
There are 2 smaller sized lizards. They're still huge, but they're smaller than the third. And the 2 smaller lizards are green, and the largest one is brown.
Cool.
And Bree climbs up the brown lizard and says, "Well," and she gestures you all to the other 2.
Shotgun one of them.
All right, I hop on one.
So
sorry, Carl.
Carl, you just walking?
I call not with Carl.
So Tug, the smallest one, takes a lizard by himself, and the other 2 hop on another one. And Bree whips her beast around, and the others, and you guys follow as you scurry along the base of the cliffs away from the camp. After what feels like a few miles on these lizards, they take a hard turn left up a steep path built into the cliffs. The climb seems nearly vertical, and you are forced to grab a tight hold of the reins to avoid falling off the back. The lizards make quick work of the climb, and soon you have reached the pinnacle of a large, round mesa. Dusk has come at this point, and you can see the last slice of sun dipping below the horizon to the west. All around you is the barren desert of the Red Sands, as far as you can see. Bree dismounts her lizard and beckons you to do the same.
I dismount my lizard.
Yeah, Tug hops down, but holds onto the reins just in case. And he turns to Bree. So, where exactly are we? What are we doing here?
Yeah, what's up?
You were literally cooking food. We ate none of the food. Now we're miles away from camp.
She says nothing, but she walks to the edge of the cliff and gazes north. And she says,
I walk to the edge of the cliff and gaze north as well.
Yeah, she says, come with me.
I already did that.
And you walk up and you look in the same direction as her and stand there for a few minutes as the sun descends and the sky turns from like a crimson red to a deep violet color. And you make out a faint glow far off in the distance, growing as the night comes. You strain your eyes and you can almost make out the blurred outline of a great city, towering over which stands an enormous coliseum, the main source of light that you can see in the dark in the distance.
Tug,
so are you hitting on us?
Tug's kind of in awe at this point, I think. So if she knows that we're looking for the MacGuffin, she also knows only one other person that was looking for the MacGuffin, and she brought us to this point to show us this city. Tug is under the impression that the person with the MacGuffin, or that last sought the MacGuffin, might be in the city.
Okay, sweet. The inner workings of Tug's mind.
Is that
Bree says, the ancient city of Corbai. And you can almost like taste the bitterness that's in her voice.
Is that with a C or a K?
It's with a K. K-H-O-R.
Like Carl.
What'd you say? Did somebody say my name?
You look at Carl.
You said,
Oh.
Somebody said with the K? That's me, guys.
Oh Jesus! I did not pick up what you were putting down there. That's good. That's a good funny. Okay. um, all right. So she stares at the city after saying this for a moment, and then kind of snaps away from the scene and takes a seat on a nearby rock. She says, the people in our camp were not always wanderers. Many years ago, a new ruler forced his way to the throne with blood, punishing anyone he thought to be a threat to his rule. His name was Karsus. Men and women were imprisoned, families torn apart, businesses destroyed. Those brave enough to stand against him were slaughtered. Many bent the knee in fear. Others fled. Those that survived the exodus to the Red Sands made a new life here. The amulet that you seek is in his possession.
All right. So were they anarchists in the city too before the king came and took everything over? Because you guys said you don't have any kings out here. You don't have any leaders.
Yeah. I am not from Corbai myself, but from what I heard, Corbai was a great city, and Karsus came and took hold of it himself.
Okay, so after he dumpster Joe out of the city, sucks. Got it. We obviously need to go get our neck-related MacGuffin. Do you have any contacts within the city that we could join up with that might be able to give us the inner workings of the city, give us the lowdown, help us track this thing? Because going in blind with a city with a coliseum, if you've ever seen the movie Gladiator, doesn't really work out for you.
Yeah, Planet Hulk. Also Planet Hulk.
Okay, she says, like I said, I am not from Corbai. I do not have personal contacts. However, I may know someone who could help us.
We need that name. And also, is it really obvious if we ride up to this place on lizards?
No one enters Corbai without direct permission from Karsus.
Yeah.
He is a paranoid and wicked soul. It would be foolish to try and enter the city directly.
Here's our plan. Durf, giant kangaroo, Carl and I hop in the pouch. We get in there. Trojan horse style. It's genius. Hashtag kangaroo, hashtag land down under.
What the fuck is happening? All right. Bree says, okay, come with me. And she hops back on her lizard and kind of gestures for you to do the same again.
I hop back on my lizard and I run away before fucking Carl can get on.
Fine.
Okay, you guys hop on your lizards. You follow her back down the cliffs and along the base back to the cave where you dismount and head into camp. At this point, it's nighttime in the camp. Like I said, that spot where you were at was a few miles away, so it took a while to get there and get back. The lights from several fires and mounted torches give the camp a dull orange glow, flickering off the cavern walls, creating dancing shadows on the rock bridges above. Bree takes you past a few rows of tents before stopping at a large brown pavilion. This is the home of Aaron, my most trusted advisor and friend. And by the way, side note, Aaron is one of our sweaty toad reigneth from the heavens patrons. So by his donation, that's what this character is named after.
Are we talking Aaron or Aaron with an E?
It's Aaron.
Aaron.
What's
okay.
important to the story?
Boy Aaron.
What is Aaron's last name in the game? I'm assuming we're not going to give out his full name. So what's his last name in the game?
In the game, S.
Aaron S. Are you kidding me?
Aaron S.
ESS.
I didn't think of a last name. His last name is
Slagathor.
Milos. There you go. Aaron Milos. This is the home of Aaron Milos.
Does he have a cool nickname? Because if he paid for this name, he might be a little underwhelmed.
I think using his real name is a pretty good bonus. If we called him by a nickname, it would kind of defeat the purpose.
I'm gonna call him the Aaron.
Okay. He says, she says, Eren was a lieutenant in the Corby Grey Guard before Karsus came to power. He will know if there is a way inside the city. And she pulls the draping aside on this tent, and you enter a large, dark, smoky room. As you glance around this room, you catch sight of several rows of weaponry hanging from makeshift shelving, a few tables with scattered parchment, and a rough lump of cloth forming a bed much like the one you woke up in. A figure sits with his back turned, leaning into a large fire pit in the center of the room, wisps of smoke billowing every few seconds from a long pipe that hangs from his mouth. From this view, you can see his long, speckled gray hair atop a strong, muscular back draped in scarred leather. His hands are folded in front of him, but rest near to a long, curved sword that leans against his stool. Eren, Bree says, and the figure turns and you catch his heavily lined face in the firelight, worn and tired with age. He sees you and he reaches towards the hilt of his sword, saying, Bree? Friends, Eren. I rescued them from the Ankeg only yesterday. They need our help. They seek entry into Corby. And he's taken aback by this for a second, and his eyes narrow. And he says, And why would someone seek such a thing? And Bree kind of looks at you guys.
We gotta get this amulet, and the king of the city has the amulet, so we gotta go into the city and get the amulet from the king.
Okay.
And he's evil, so maybe we'll kill him too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, actually, with that, he smirks. He kind of smirks, and he looks at Bree, and Bree says something to him, and you can't catch it because it's in some kind of ancient desert language. Just a couple words.
Polish, because I speak Polish. It's on my character sheet.
Polish is not an ancient desert language, so no. That's on your. Why is that on your character sheet?
I'd put it on there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you probably won't be able to talk to anybody in Polish in this adventure. I'm sorry. I don't know. Maybe
Drat.
it's D&D. Okay, so he kind of smiles and he looks at Bree, and Bree says this, and his face looks concerned, and he looks back at you, and he laughs. He says, and he takes a puff from his pipe, and with a serious look on his face, he says, It is a suicide wish, but who am I to deny such a request? Very well, but don't expect me to waltz right into the city with you. I'll get you far enough, but you are on your own after that.
Question for you, Aaron, the Aaron Milos. Do you know anybody inside the city that we can maybe connect with once you get us inside successfully? I know it's a suicide mission, all that good stuff.
Mhm.
Anybody inside we can connect to, so maybe we don't seem as estranged just motoring around.
Okay, yeah, he says it's been 25 years since I left Corby, but I may still have a few connections you can reach out to.
Prime.
Come here. And he walks over to a nearby table and shuffles through a bunch of rolls of parchment until he comes to a long, dark brown roll with a red ribbon, tied in a red ribbon. He unfurls the parchment and places 2 candles on the outer edge to keep it flat. As you approach, you see an old, dusty aerial view of a large city, above which lies the word Corby in great white decorative letters. And I'm going to send this to you. What the city looks like. What the map that you are seeing looks like.
Is it something we're gonna have to ask for, or safe to assume that Aaron, the Aaron Milos, is going to provide us this map?
He'll give you the map.
Okay.
Or a photocopy of it.
A Xerox.
Yeah, he'll give you a Xerox copy of it.
Ancient desert Xerox.
Very good. You'll fit right in the city with that voice. So this is an aerial map of the city, and it's got the various locations of what the city looks like. And it also shows you around a few miles in each direction around the city. So it says sent. I'm going to post this on Facebook and Twitter and probably Reddit as well for listeners to look at, kind of check out, see what they're seeing, just so you know.
It looks like two weird boobs.
So where are we in relation to this? I'm
You
sorry.
guys are way outside the map.
Okay, so we're not. We don't even register as a map. Okay.
Right.
No, you're not even on that map. You're super far away.
All right.
The city is composed of 4 overlapping circles of different sizes, like ripples from a series of 4 droplets of water in a still pool. You can't see this because this is a 2-dimensional map, but well, you can't see this. 3 of the smaller circles contain what looks like thousands of small buildings stacked in close proximity from center to outer edge. In the center of the largest circle, nearly twice as big as any of the others, lies an enormous coliseum that spans half the circle's radius, surrounded on all sides by a palace that wraps around it. The city is nestled in a vast mountain range titled the Silent Peaks to the north and the east.
All right.
Okay.
So
right.
let me ask you something, Aaron. I'm sorry, the Aaron Milos. What's there? I see here a number 1 through 10. What kind of information do we need about these different places? What kind of intel
Sure.
can we get?
Yeah. So he says, there are 2 main gates into Korbai. Here, the southern gate. And he points to a break in the walls towards the southern circle, number 2. He says, Karsus will be watching this intently, packing the place with his men. One does not simply walk into Korbai under his own free will. This is the northern gate. And he points to a break in the wall in the northernmost circle, number 8, which is surrounded by mountains. And he said, this will be less guarded, but only accessible through a mountain pass to the north. It is a 4-day ride through the Silent Peaks to reach the gate. That is, if we can avoid the breathless children that lurk among the rocks. However, there is a third option. And his finger slides down the map to a series of tall cliffs that are a few miles outside the city to the southwest, number 1. And he says, the escape tunnels of the old kings. It's been 25 years since I left Korbai, as I said. I sealed the only entrance from the Palace of Kings, but the tunnels lead directly to other parts of the city. Parts that Karsus doesn't know about.
All right. Can we rewind to those, what did you call them? Silent children?
The breathless children
Breathless children. Yeah.
that lurk in the Silent Peaks.
Yeah, tell me more.
The breathless children. No one has seen them. And yet people enter the mountains and never come back. Or they came back and they are forever changed.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember, but I want to fuck with ghosts. That didn't really pan out for us last time.
Are those rivers on the map that lead into and out of the city?
Yes, those are canals.
Durf turns into a sperm whale. We get into his mouth, Pinocchio style. Get right in there.
Yeah, I think that's a combat rating 2, maybe. So I can't quite turn into a whale.
He says, the rivers have since dried up and been closed off from the outside.
So the map is flat. Are there walls all around the perimeter there?
Yes, the walls of Korbai are the tallest walls anywhere in this region.
How tall?
6, 7
Like
foot.
40 fucking feet tall.
40 fucking
Super
feet.
tall walls.
Well, what if you could turn into a spider and just climb right over them?
Then I guess you could get in if you could pass the guards that patrol the top.
What if you had really good sneak?
Then I suppose that would work for you. What is your name, by the way? I did not ask this.
Durf.
Who are your compatriots?
This is Tug, and this is Carl with a K.
With a K.
With a K.
Have we seen any like large aviary animals? Anything Durf could like turn into and we could just like fly into?
I can't fly till level 8.
No. You suck. All right.
Question for Aaron, the Aaron Milos.
Mhm.
Tug, hey, just introduced to you, and I see it. What sort of hopefully non-ghost creatures will we come across if we take that lockdown tunnel, so conveniently labeled 1 on our map?
Yeah.
That I cannot assure you of. When I left Corbai, the tunnels were fresh and empty of any kind of evil beings that may have lurked there. I do not know what has happened in the 25 years since.
Where in the city will the tunnel take us?
The tunnel will take you to a tavern called the Desert Rose in the rags of the city of Corbai.
Tug is in. That's where we need to be.
That seems pretty far from where we want to go.
Tavern's where we need to be. Trust me, that's where all the centers of knowledges are. It's where we can get a drink. It's the perfect place. That's where we need to be. Tug's all in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we
So it
should
sounds
probably
like-
go to the tavern.
RPGs about. Thank you so much. If you are joining us for the Okay. So yeah. So you guys kind of come up with a plan to go through this escape tunnel. For the rest of the evening, you sit down with Aaron and Bree, and he kind of gives you the lowdown on Corbai, and he tells you all about his time there. He was in the Grey Guard, which was kind of like the secret service of the old king, Varus. He says King Varus, and when Karsus came. A bunch of his fellow men kind of turned to strangely turned because they all swore an oath to protect the king no matter what the cost, and a bunch of his men kind of strangely turned against Varus and helped Corbai take over. And Corbai was once a pretty prosperous desert city. There were all sorts of exotic goods coming in and out of the city. They had open free trade routes between fellow cities around the region. And when Karsus came to power, he started asking for too much, and nearby cities slowly stopped trading as much, and then stopped trading pretty much altogether, which drained the city of its outside resources. So he's been keeping a watch and an open ear to what's been going on outside the city, and he understands that the city is kind of in a depression, and once rich areas of town are now extremely poor. And the rags, which you're headed, were poor to begin with, but at least the people were content and happy to be there. And now it just seems like the city is in total distress, and Karsus is turning a blind eye and is just stuck in his palace, not really giving two shits about what's going on and the city that he came to rule. So that's kind of what you guys chat about.
Okay. So, Ron, what do you, I guess, or Bree, know about Sabbatha and the amulet that we're looking for? Do you all know anything?
Okay, Bree, sorry, Aaron kind of directs this question to Bree because he doesn't really know anything about an amulet. But Bree says, Bree tells you, he says, if you speak of the Temple of the Lady, I know of this place. This is where I rescued you from the end cake. And yeah, she says, I believe Karsus took the amulet from this tomb. But that is all I know. And her and Aaron kind of exchanged sideways glances
I saw that.
talking about this.
In Aaron's breakdown of the goings on or the inner workings of the city, does he mention to us his contacts that he might have?
Yeah, he says,
An old contact of mine, Simon. He is an old friend. If his patterns continued, you will find him at the Desert Rose. Seek him out.
I guess when we get there, we'll get to see what Simon says.
That. Oh, zinger!
Good
Zinger.
lord. Low-hanging fruit snatched violently.
That's beautiful.
Well,
Okay. All right, so you guys
Tug jumps off the cliff after going with the case.
All right. Okay. Yeah, you guys hang out for the rest of the night with them two, chatting it up.
Fucking
And
stupid.
Bree offers you the beds for a night's rest. So previously, where you had like only gone to 1 HP, where you all were really low health, bandaged up, in bad shape. Bree gives you this soup that kind of perks you right up. You get a good night's sleep, so you're back to full everything. And with all this that's going on, and with that near-death experience that you had, why don't we level you guys up to 4? Which probably should have done in the arcane tower, but whatevs. Let's level it up to 4. So let's start with adding your HP, your extra HP that you get. So remember, you roll your hit die, you add your Constitution modifier to that, and then you add that to your max HP.
Tug got a +6.
What's your hit die?
A 1d8 + 0.
Okay, so you got 6 more health. All right, Carl.
Carl got a +12.
Damn. You got the
Your hit
10
die
in
is
there.
what?
The 10, yeah.
You got the 10?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Don't you have a? Oh, you have a +2 Constitution.
+2 modifier, yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I have +1, so I got 7.
7. Okay. All right. Sweet. So you guys bump up that. At level 4, you also. So we discussed this before because you knew you were going to level up, but you gain an ability score increase. So what this means is that you're allowed to increase your score. That's not your modifier, but your total score and any 5 of your abilities twice. So you can increase one ability by 2 or 2 abilities by 1, or without taking that ability increase, you can choose one of the feats that I sent you, which are in the player's handbook, and then there's some extra ones that I sent you Unearthed Arcana style. So have you decided what you're going to do there?
Yes.
Durf, why don't you start?
Okay, I'm going to do the Animal Handler feat. And Animal Handler gives me +1 wisdom, which brings my wisdom up to +4, which is pretty dope.
So what's your score go to?
And my wisdom's like the raw number.
Oh, +4,
18.
I guess, would be, what, 18?
18.
Okay, so you were at 17.
Yeah.
Dope.
And what it does is, because I'm already proficient in animal handling, it doubles my proficiency bonus for animal handling. So I now have +8 animal handling.
Wow.
And I get a skill wherein I can take a bonus action to command a friendly beast within 60 feet.
Okay. Okay.
And I can either tell it to do something generally for a minute, or I can tell it to do something specific on its turn.
Okay, and you have to roll an animal handling check for that, or you just do it?
I think I just do it. Hang on, let me look.
They've got to roll some kind of save or something. You can't just go commanding animals all the time.
Well, it's a friendly animal, though. So it
Oh,
already
something
has
that's
to
friendly to you.
be already
So
friendly.
like Eugene, who
Yeah,
we haven't heard
we
from
didn't hear
in a while.
from this episode. What?
Yeah, last episode. So
No.
Eugene, yeah, we'll just say
We broke the
Eugene's
streak.
world. Eugene was kind of like with you when you died and was like, he was like, no, what the? Okay. I'm doing all these like different accents. I can't get back to America. He says, no, not you, Durf. No, don't die on me. Don't die on me. He does like little rat CPR on your chest, like pushing his little paws down. And he's kind of followed you. He hid when Bree came by, but he followed her back to the tent, and he is back in your possession. So you can feel free to use Eugene at your leisure.
Okay.
Okay, Carl. What's up with you? What are you doing?
I'm gonna take the 2 points and add them into my strength score to raise it up to 18, which will increase my modifier from 3 to 4.
Okay, yeah. Simple.
Yep.
Sweet. Tug?
I chose squat nimbleness which adds +1 to Dex, which brings my Dex up to 18 as well for a +4. Boost that damage action. I got an increased speed of +5 feet. And then I was able to add athleticism as a proficiency. Athleticism
So
skills.
that's all part of that feat that
Yep.
you chose?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Okay. Okay, so sweet. So that's like your basics, like everyone gets that. What about you as a class? What do you get at level 4?
So as a class, I get my 4th key point, and
Okay.
I get slow fall, which is I can use a reaction to reduce fall damage, assuming I pass the roll. I can reduce that damage up to 5 times my monk level.
Okay. Sweet. Carl or Durf, whoever's ready. What else do you get?
I just get some more spells. Oh yeah, and I can swim now. I can turn into swimming creatures now, so I can turn into a shark. I can turn into a crocodile.
Okay.
I think those are the only swimming ones at this level.
Okay. Sweet. Carl, you get anything special at 4?
Nope, I got nothing new.
Giant seahorse. Hold on,
Oh, God.
giant seahorse. Hold on. I gotta look that sucker up.
Okay, wait. Okay, no. I was letting this slide a little bit. You have not seen a giant fucking seahorse yet.
Maybe I'd turn into a shark. Maybe I'd turn into a crocodile, go in the water, see a shark, and then turn into a shark. I'll go swim deeper into the ocean and see a giant seahorse.
Okay, well, when we come to some kind of episode where you're near a body of water, sure, we can make that happen. Jesus. Okay. All right. So everybody's set. All leveled up. Your health is up. What's that bring your all's total health to?
27.
27 for Durf.
Tugs is 23.
Carl is 39.
Legit. Okay. All right. Excellent. Okay. So let's continue on. So you guys get a really good night's sleep. You wake up the next morning, and you head out of camp towards the city of Corbai early on the giant lizards with Aaron, with Aaron. He tells you in the morning that it's a day's journey to the tunnel entrance, and the darker it is as you approach the city, the safer it will be because of the patrols that kind of the patrols and scouts that kind of lurk outside the city. The lizards effectively scare off any creatures of the desert, so you don't have to worry about ankegs attacking you. So your journey is mostly uneventful towards the tunnels. Just as the sun dips across the horizon, you come over a ridge and see the massive city before you, nestled among the base of a tall, brown, ominous mountain peaks that reach above the clouds. The curved stone walls stretch out wide around the circles that form the city's shape. Each one
shitty ever since that king took over, right?
Yeah, the shitty city's shape. Each one a different tier, higher than the one before it. Climbing up the widest circle closest to the mountains. I'm going to say that again because I fucked that sentence up. Each one a different tier, higher than the one before it, climbing up to the widest circle closest to the mountain. So it's kind of like a staggered cake, if you think, like layered, but not in the same stack.
So on the bottom, on our map, the bottom set of misshapen boobs
lowest elevation
is lower than the top set of misshapen boobs.
Each little
which
circle
are more misshapen than the bottom.
Correct. Correct. Each circle of the city is on a different elevation, different plane. Okay, so in the largest circle, you see a massive arena cast in wood and stone. It's as tall as the arcane tower and at least 10 times as wide. Flanking on each side stand a pair of identical golden statues, as tall as the arena is, of a horned humanoid, arms crossed and looking out towards the city. As you stand in amazement, staring, I assume you're amazed by this, or you're just like this?
Yeah.
I've seen better.
Tug's amazed. Tug elects to be amazed.
Okay. As you stand in amazement, staring, the silence is broken up by Aaron's voice. The redemption pit. Tarsus had it built shortly after he came to power. He is paranoid to a point that the dungeons below the Palace of Kings fill quickly to the brim. To make room, Tarsus holds what he lovingly calls the cleansing, a death match that pits prisoners against each other. In each match, dozens of prisoners are forced to fight. The remaining 3 are forgiven of their crimes, just so long as they come before Tarsus and plead for mercy.
That's fucked up.
There were as many as 10 cleansings a day when it first opened. And he stares at this for a while intently at the pit. His face is stern, but you watch as a single tear falls down his scarred cheeks. Come, he says abruptly, and jerks his lizard hard to the right, back down the ridge. You head for a short while back away from the city towards a set of high cliffs you recognize from the map. Aaron leads you around the south side of the cliffs, where you finally stop at a spot where several large boulders have fallen from the rock face above. He dismounts his lizard and weaves in and out of these large stones, beckoning you to follow. After a good 50 feet through the boulders, you see a small opening just tall enough for Tug to fit in, dug into the cliff face. No one could have seen this place unless they knew it was there. This is where we part ways. The tunnel will lead you far underneath Corbai. When you come to a crossing, take the left path. That will lead you straight underneath the Desert Rose, in the heart of the Rags.
Where's the right path go?
The right path leads you to the Palace of Kings, where I closed off.
Let's not go there.
He also hands you a small rolled up piece of parchment with a waxed seal of a rose on it. And he says, "Give this to Simon when you see him. He will know what to do."
What are these tunnels comprised of? Are there rooms in these tunnels?
It is a straight tunnel that parts ways into multiple parts of the city of Corbai.
Hey, do we need disguises? Are there like paladins and halflings walking around this city?
No, they're not. Simon should be able to hook you up with some garb.
Cool. Some Jordans.
Got some stilts. So I can make it through the crack.
Yeah, I mean, it's tall enough for you. It's pretty wide.
Oh, okay. So they like I don't need to go in and then figure out how to get them in as well.
No. They can fit. They just can't just waltz in
Gotcha.
like you can.
Well, should we get onto this thing or what?
Yeah. I can't waltz in. I'll tango in. I tango into the crack.
Okay.
Hey, Ron.
Aaron sees you and he says, "Goodbye, my friends, and good luck."
Thanks.
So you enter into this cave and you get through quite a ways pretty easily. The tunnel's really only wide enough for you to move single file, but by watching your footing closely, you can almost reach a light jogging pace.
Is it dark?
Yeah, it's pretty dark. So I guess, Durf, are you leading the way because you have night vision, or?
Oh,
Sure.
we have torches and shit, don't we?
Yeah, but
Lighting
like
torches
he's got
up?
night vision. We might as well just put him in the front and let him, in case there's anything down here.
Okay.
That's cool. Okay, so Durf's kind of leading the way, and you guys are just holding on to each other's like tunics, like creating a train through this single file tunnel.
Yep.
Okay, so Durf's pretty much the only person that could see. So after about a half mile, something in the tunnel changes, and you begin to see large, 10-foot wide, perfectly round holes in the rock that move perpendicular to your current path.
What do you mean like down?
Like you're going straight, and they're cutting across at like a four-way intersection. You can still see the single file tunnel in front of you. However, you just started seeing these bigger tunnels popping up to the left and to the right.
I think we should definitely just stay the course.
Yeah, that sounds like some sandworm tunnels or something, or Ankeg tunnels.
Okay. All right, it's cool. So you guys keep going. Perfect. You pass through a few of these. You pass a few of these without hesitation. But after about 4 or 5, you're a little further down. You're probably about halfway there at this point. You've traveled a good mile into this cave. There's absolutely zero light coming from anywhere from your entrance. And Tug, actually everybody, you hear a faint, distant, gurgling growl down one of these tunnels that sends chills down your spine and kind of halts you in your steps.
Can I do a nature check and see if I know what it is?
Sure, yeah.
7.
Okay, yeah, you don't know. You can tell that it's not some kind of like a lion, or it's not anything that you have heard so far in your lifetime around the forest.
Okay.
So
it's not a giant seahorse.
It's not a giant seahorse. Sorry.
Okay. Wait, no, you said I haven't seen one, so maybe it is a giant seahorse. Or right now, working theory, there's giant seahorse down the tunnel. That's what I say to everybody.
Sure. So Derp, you say, "Hey guys, I think it's a giant seahorse."
So we were frozen in place. Maybe I'm gonna creep. I'm gonna keep going forward, but I'm gonna creep a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Throw it forward through the tunnels. You're going a little slower.
Yeah.
Trying to make less noise.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you walk for a little bit longer, and that noise gets louder, and now you hear a different noise when you come to one of these intersections, and it kind of sounds like a large man dragging their boots along a muddy trail, like this sploshing noise every few seconds.
It does seem like what a giant seahorse would sound like. Okay. I don't know. What do you guys want to do? I whisper. What do you guys want to do?
You're the only one who can see currently?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I can't see it. We're all hearing the same shit. All I see is cave.
Right. So are we at
identical amount of information?
So are we at an intersection?
Yeah, you're currently stopped again, listening at this noise.
And the noise is coming from like up the tunnel in front of us,
No, it's coming
or to the
from
sides?
the big holes. Yeah, it's not coming from the tunnel that you're walking down. It's coming from the large 10-foot holes through the walls.
So
do we just want to like book it?
Yeah, I was gonna say I think we should light a torch and book it.
All right.
Okay.
I'll produce a flame and let's book it.
Okay, sweet. So you produce a flame in your hand, and now everyone can kind of see around them, and you book it, and you start running as fast as you can in single file, and with this noise that you're making, you actually start hearing this sound grow louder and louder, this sloshing sound and this gurgling, growling, and you run and you run and you run and you run, and you emerge finally into the center of this circular cavern with a flat floor with identical tunnel openings to your left and your right.
Well, we were supposed to go down the left tunnel, I believe. So I keep running toward the left tunnel.
I mean,
you guys follow?
Yeah,
we're following suit. Yeah,
absolutely.
Okay. So just as you get to the center of this room, as you're about to turn left down this tunnel, the stone above you in the ceiling starts to bulge and crack. And from the ceiling directly in front of you, in front of the 2 tunnels that you want to go down, drop 2 10-foot long green worms.
I told you.
Their thick bodies curl around themselves for a moment before raising their heads, towering over you, revealing several circular rows of razor-sharp teeth, dripping with hot green slime. Last time on You Meet in a Tavern, you wake up to the smell of incense and cooking meat, the sound of distant activity hanging just on the edge of your senses. Your eyes burn as they adjust to the light and smoke that hangs in the air of the large tent you find yourself in. You all 3 see the face of a beautiful young woman with bright blue eyes. The top of her head is kind of covered in a cowl and wrapped up in these blue silks underneath. So you're just seeing her face. You may call me Brie.
Like the cheese?
Well, like B-R-Y. Brie.
Like Bry.
Right.
It's Brie. You strain your eyes and you can almost make out the blurred outline of a great city, towering over which stands an enormous coliseum, the ancient city of Corbai. Many years ago, a new ruler forced his way to the throne with blood, punishing anyone he thought to be a threat to his rule. His name was Karsus. The amulet that you seek is in his possession. This is the home of Eren, my most trusted advisor and friend. Eren was a lieutenant in the Corbai Grey Guard before Karsus came to power. He will know if there is a way inside the city. The escape tunnels of the old kings. It's been 25 years since I left Corbai, as I said. I sealed the only entrance from the Palace of Kings, but the tunnels lead directly to other parts of the city. Parts that Karsus doesn't know about. And you begin to see large, 10-foot wide, perfectly round holes in the rock that move perpendicular to your current path. And from the ceiling, directly in front of you, in front of the two tunnels that you want to go down, drop two 10-foot long green worms. Their thick bodies curl around themselves for a moment before raising their heads, towering over you, revealing several circular rows of razor-sharp teeth, dripping with hot green slime. Roll initiative.
I was gonna say, can we not just run down the right?
No, I think they're blocking both.
I know they are.
Do I get any pluses on my initiative?
You're always your dex modifier, Durf.
Why I forget every time. It's not important to me in my day-to-day life, so I just forget. Okay, 5.
Okay.
Tugs is 8.
Okay. God,
23.
shit. You rolled a natural 20? What's your dexterity?
Oh shit! No, I'm sorry. This is 20.
Hey, Durf.
I rolled a 19.
Yeah.
You have advantage on all initiative rolls.
Oh, fuck yeah, I do. 10.
10. Okay. Okay. So
Last
you guys are
again.
kind of like, yeah. You guys are in like one flat line, facing these two worms that are blocking the entrance to both of the tunnels, the one to the left and the one to the right. And Carl, you are up first.
Hey, somebody should, if I'm going to do anything with my hands, we need to do something to make it still be light in here.
It's a good point.
I don't know if you guys want to, like, use an action to light a torch and drop it.
In character, free action before this fight. Durf, you want to say something?
Are the worms here yet?
Yeah,
Am
for
I
sure.
saying this?
They just popped down.
Hey, somebody toss me a torch.
I will toss a torch to Durf. Don't lose it.
Okay.
Well, I just light it with my flame and kind of put it off to the side where it'll light the room.
All right, sweet. So Carl tosses Durf a torch, who lights it up, and now the room's lit. You're good to go. All right, Carl, you're up.
2 worms, one on the left, one on the right.
Yeah, they're about 10 feet from you all.
I want to run up and basically make a straight line. So one worm is between me and the other worm. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so you're running to the
So
left
yeah, like
of the
running
left
to the
worm?
left of the left worm. So basically,
Okay.
the other one will kind of have to scoot around.
So you're pretty much up against the wall at this
Right.
point.
Just to make it harder
Yep.
for them to get around me. And then I'm going to cast Inflict Wounds. Or attempt to cast
Nice.
Inflict
What
Wounds.
does this do?
3d10 necrotic damage.
Shit. Is this a second level?
So
This is
first level.
So you're going to make a melee attack roll to see if you hit this thing. Is this one of the spells where they take half damage if
No.
you miss?
No, that's.
Oh, that's a saving throw. Okay, so make an attack roll. See if you hit.
13.
Oh, nope. You do not hit. So as you swing your sword at this first green worm, it contorts its body and you just swing directly underneath its head. And it is that worm's turn, and it's going to reach at you to bite. So it's going to roll he's going to try to reach and he's pretty much towering over you at this point, so it's going to like reach down at your head and try to take a bite out of you. It rolls a 7.
Does not hit.
All right, that doesn't hit. So it misses as you dodge out of the way and smashes its head against the ground. And it raises its head back up and is going to swing its tail around and try to clobber you with that instead. And it rolled a natural 20.
Yeah, that'll play.
Yeah, okay, so natural 20. So I'm going to roll.
That dog will hunt.
I'm going to roll my hit dice and I double it. So it's normally 1d6 plus 3. I'm going to roll 2d6 plus 3. So that's a 6 and a 4, 10, 13 piercing damage to you, Carl. And I'm going to need you to make a Constitution saving throw. A Constitution saving throw is where you roll your d20 and you add your Constitution saving throw modifier.
Okay, yeah, so I got a 4, so I'm fucked. All right.
Okay, you missed that as well?
Yeah.
All right, so you take an additional...
God damn.
You take an additional 2 poison damage from that.
So 15
that
total.
tail hit.
Is that right?
Yep, 15 total. Okay. The other
So
worm
wait,
is
was
up.
that both worms?
The other
worm
worm is
that
up.
was the same worm.
No, different worm. That was the same worm that attacked Carl. The other worm is up, and it's going to creep its way towards you, Durf, and it's going to try to bite as well. Bite down at you. It rolled an 18.
That will hit.
Okay. So I'm going to do, or the worm is going to do 11 piercing damage to you as it bites, and I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. So is that plus my dexterity modifier?
Yep, no, dexterity saving throw modifier. There's a saving throw box.
Oh, which is this? But it's the same.
Well, but some people it's not because you might be proficient in...
I'm not proficient,
Okay.
so it's the same, right?
Yep.
Okay, 19.
Yeah. Okay. So you save. So you get bit, but you are not swallowed. But you it does take a real pretty bad chunk out of your shoulder as you take 11 damage. And it's gonna, after it takes this bite, it's gonna swing its tail at you as well. It rolls a 7, so that's not gonna hit.
Correct.
Okay, it's your turn though, Durf.
I will cast Animal Friendship on the guy who just tried to bite me.
Oh shit. Okay. All right. Do I have to make a saving throw of some sorts?
If the beast's intelligence is 4 or higher, the spell fails.
Nope.
Otherwise, you must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw, which is now 14.
Wow. Okay. I rolled a 15 minus 2, so that's a 13.
Nice. I've used it 4 times before, always with like a 65% chance of working, and it never worked, so I'm very excited that it worked.
Okay, so what happens? This is awesome.
It is now charmed by you for the spell's duration, and because of my animal handling fucking feat, I can use a bonus action to command it.
Because it's friendly to you now, right?
Because it's friendly to me now.
Holy shit.
So I guess
it kind of like lifts its head up and cocks its head at you and starts rubbing its head around like underneath your chin.
I go, oh, who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?
A little green slobber lands on you and you take 4 poison damage. No, I'm kidding. Okay. Okay. What do you want it to do?
So I'll tell him on your next turn, I want you to attack the other worm the same way you just attacked me.
Okay, sweet. All right. So, yeah, it kind of nods its head in approval. Tug, you're up.
I'm gonna seeing that Durf just enchanted one of the worms. I'll go up to the other one. I believe the one that as the one that attacked Carl,
Got
and
it.
I will unleash my fists.
So are you striking with both of them, or like what's happening? What are you doing exactly?
I'm trying to just swing out with my, just kind of right hook, left hook, basic cookie cutter stuff.
Right around the chestal area.
And I'm going to try and roll so it actually stays on the table. So 17.
Okay, yeah, that'll hit with your first attack. Go ahead and do damage.
Damage with that one. For 8.
Sweet. Okay.
And
Next
then
attack.
24.
That will definitely hit.
For 5 damage.
Okay. Cool. No key points or anything? You're good?
No, I'm good. We seem to be in a
Alright.
pretty good position right now, so I'll hold up.
All right, Carl, you're up.
I'm going to make a move on the one that just attacked me, that he just beat the shit out of. So I'm going to attack with Chill Rend, I believe.
All right.
18?
Yeah, that'll hit. Damn.
11 total.
All right, nice. All right, so you swing and you cut open a little piece of its body just below the head, and some dark green ooze starts seeping out. And it's his turn, and he's pretty pissed at both of you now for attacking. So he's gonna, with his bite, come right back down at you, Carl, with a bite. He's gonna roll a 13.
Does not hit.
All right, so its bite again just bashes off of your shield as you lift it up to dodge this thing. And at the same time, it's going to swing its tail around and try to nail Tug with that.
Can he protect me, right?
He can protect you, yeah, so I get disadvantage. Okay,
Yep.
so that was a 20. And then that is a 12.
12 does not help, or does not
Shit.
hit, excuse me.
Okay, yeah. So this both attacks, you quickly move your shield aside after deflecting this head with the teeth, and you just reach your shield in front of Tug in time, and for the tail to bounce off of that as well. And it is now the other worm's turn, who is going to follow Durf's command and reach
His
out.
name is Spot.
What?
Spot. His name is Spot.
You named it? Spot?
Yep.
Spot the worm?
Yes.
Okay, Spot.
I announce, hey everybody, the worm's name is Spot.
Okay, the Spot crawls over to the first worm and is gonna roll a 8 and miss with a bite, and then he's gonna swing his tail to try to stab him in the throat, and rolls a 16, so that's gonna hit. And he's gonna do. I'm just gonna roll all this together. He's gonna do 8 piercing damage to this worm, and the worm has to make a. Well, no, it's poison worm. It doesn't have to make that Constitution saving throw because it's immune. So, okay, nice. Durf, you're up. How long does the charm work?
24 hours.
Shit.
God
Okay.
damn.
We're buds for a long time.
Okay.
I'm planning to ride him out of the cave after we win the fight.
Okay.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I will use. So how close am I? I'm back towards the.
Yeah, you're
front of the
like
cave.
you're still like 10, 15 feet away from this guy now. Both worms. Everyone's kind of clumped together except you're on the outside.
All right, I'm going to use a bonus action to drop my wolf familiar.
Okay.
And what he does is he gives us like advantage on perception or something, but also he lets me basically when I use healing spells, everybody else gets healed too.
Extra 2.
Well 4 now because I'm level 4.
Okay.
So I will use healing word on Carl.
Okay. You don't have to touch him for that, or are you running up?
Healing word I can do from over here.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it.
So it is 1d4 plus spellcasting modifier, and I get to do that twice because I am level. It's a level 2 spell now.
You're using it as a level 2. Gotcha.
Am I doing that?
You can.
Yeah, I'll use it as a level 2 spell.
Yeah,
I will.
you can.
Sweet. So 4. Okay, that's better. So 4 plus. So I heal Carl for 12.
Okay. Nice.
And everyone else also heals for 4.
So Tug, you get. Well, you didn't take any damage. You're good.
Nope.
But I did.
All right, Tug, you're up.
Again, seems like we're in a pretty good situation here, so I'm just gonna go with my normal double fist attack here.
Got it.
Natural 1, so I will use luck and re-roll it.
There you go.
7. Or no, excuse me. 13.
13. That misses. Your first attack misses.
Okay, second attack. Sorry. 24 again.
That'll hit.
For 5 damage.
5 damage. Okay. Yeah. You crush this thing in the chest, and it reels back a little bit, and it's starting to show signs of exhaustion. It's not feeling great. It's bleeding profusely from that wound that Carl gave it, and it's not looking fantastic. So it's Carl's
Probably
turn.
pretty bummed out that his buddy betrayed him too.
I'm gonna take Chillrin and I'm gonna jump up in the air and try and stab Chillrin into its chest as high as I possibly can, and then bring it down and try and gut it.
With like both hands.
Yeah.
Dope. All right, roll it. Are you doing anything special or just a normal melee attack?
Just a normal melee attack with Chillrin. Yeah.
Okay.
20.
That'll hit.
Yeah. 10.
10 damage?
Yep.
Nice. Okay, yeah, you don't kill it, but you gash another pretty long cut across its back, longer than the first one, and more blood oozes out. And this thing kind of screams that same low grumbling sound, but much higher pitched that you heard before. And it's his turn, and he's going to focus all his energy on you because you've been doing the most damage. So he's going to crawl back at you with a bite and roll a 20, 15 plus 5. So he's going to do 13 piercing damage to you.
Okay. Can I use a reaction?
What would that be? Yeah. If you
I want a hellish rebuke.
Sweet. What's that? Is that new?
It's one of my other spells. It's when damaged, the attacker must make a dex saving throw. If you fail, it's 2d10 damage, and if it's a success, you take half 2d10.
Wow. Okay. So dex saving throw.
Yep.
Which is going to be 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your dex. So what's that?
11.
Okay. I rolled a 5, so I take 2d10.
Get him.
Yep.
Holy shit. How does this work? So roll your damage and then you tell me, like, hellish rebuke, what actually happens in game?
So damage is going to be 18.
Okay, yeah. So you go ahead and tell me how you killed this motherfucker.
So he just kind of bit me, right? Like a glancing wound maybe on my leg.
Mm-hmm.
And as he starts to bite down, I just take my shield and just crush it down on the top of its skull so it can't move its head. And then I take Chillrin and I stick it in its eye as deep as it can go. And it just starts oozing and it popped and it's blood's everywhere. It's great.
Okay. It lets out
Glorious.
the loudest scream that you've heard it make so far, just as its body goes limp.
Yeah.
And you've killed this thing. And what happens next, this scream echoes throughout the chamber and down the tunnels, and you hear the same rumbling from the ceiling.
Oh, great.
And it's a whole lot louder now.
Let's all jump on Spot, and I'll tell Spot to get us the fuck out of here.
You guys hop on Spot.
Yeah, let's
as
do
the
that.
ceiling collapses and 6 more green worms fall and curl around their bodies and stare right at you.
I tell Spot to get us the fuck out of here. Down that left tunnel.
You hop on Spot to kind of make your getaway. Spot runs through the tunnel and kind of opens up this bigger hole than the tunnel that you were traveling on with her teeth. She kind of grinds up the rocks, and the other 6 worms are right at your heels. They're chasing you down.
Okay, I'm going to use Spike Growth, which causes the ground in a 20-foot radius centered on a point, which I'll use kind of directly behind us, or like 20 feet behind us, so the tip of it is right behind us. Twists and sprouts hard spikes and thorns. The area becomes difficult terrain for the duration, and when a creature moves into or within the area, it takes 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet it travels.
Sweet. So difficult terrain means that it moves at half speed, so that's pretty good deal. Okay, so you just cast it? Do you have to make a roll?
No, I just cast it, and then the other thing is the ground is camouflaged to look natural, and any creature that can't see the area at the time the spell is cast must make a wisdom check against my spell save DC to recognize the terrain as hazardous before entering it. So I guess they
Okay,
saw.
so they can
saw
dodge it, but they make a Wisdom saving throw to dodge it.
I guess they have eyes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, not really. They're worms. I mean, they kind of feel things out. They're blind, but they feel things out with their face. So I guess they wouldn't see it.
Because what it says is any creature that can't see the area at the time the spell is cast must make a Wisdom check against your spell save DC to recognize the terrain as hazardous before entering it. So they don't dodge the damage, but
right.
they might charge right into it without realizing they're going to get hurt if they don't make the check.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
You're gonna roll 6 of them.
10. That's a 10. Oh, for all 6 of them? We'll just say as a group. As a group.
Well, 10.
You know what? I'll roll 6 and I'll take the average.
I think we could have escaped without this.
3. That's gonna be 11 plus 18. That's 29. 37. That's 4. 42. 52 divided by 6 is less than 10. So yeah, they're not gonna make this as a group wholly. They do not see this terrain, and they kind of charge right through it, slowing their pace down to half, and you outrun these worms as they're stuck in these spikes and can't catch up. And you guys and Spot make a getaway for it, and you come after a little while to at the end of the tunnel, where you see a steel wall with a door, just big enough for you 3, but sadly not big enough for Spot.
All right, I'll hop off and give Spot a little pat, shed a tear, and I will use my.
And Spot kind of, his head kind of falls down, and he lets out a whimper like.
I'm gonna say you're a good girl. Yes, you are. And as my final command with my animal handling spell, I'm gonna say, hey. After this charm wears off, if anybody else comes through this tunnel, just kind of leave them alone, unless they're chasing us, in which case you should attack them.
Okay. All right, and she gives you a sad nod of approval and is like, and you 3 leave Spot there to defend the door, and you walk through the door, and you see in front of you just a plain steel room with a ladder leading up.
I climb the ladder.
Follow.
Yeah, I'll follow too.
Okay. All right, you guys climb the ladder for what seems like a super long time. It almost feels like you're climbing for like another half mile up by the time you reach an unlocked trap door. And you open it and emerge behind several large barrels in a dusty cellar. More barrels litter the room, some sealed, but most empty. Racks upon racks of wine and liquor stack high against the stone walls, and a short staircase leads up to the left to a series of big wooden double doors.
I'll grab a beer.
Okay, you gonna grab stuff off the shelf?
Well, I figure, I guess it would be in the barrels.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just wait.
Yeah.
We're about
Tug
to be
elects
friends.
to wait as well.
Okay. Wow.
I think he'll give us a beer.
Self-control, Tug.
I mean, I learned my lesson after drinking after corpses. That didn't pan out real well for your boy. So it's learned about ghosts. Now I try to fade ghosts. Learned about drinking with corpses. Now I try to fade drinking strange, unknown liquids.
All right, sweet. Okay, so you guys, you want to head through the double doors?
Yep.
Cautiously.
Nope,
Cautiously?
absolutely not.
You kick them down?
I don't kick them down.
All right, you
We gotta
walk through the
burst
double
through
doors.
we gotta burst through like we were supposed to be in there.
Right.
Yeah, we got the stuff sorted out. Or hold on. Let me go to
That is
Tug's
not
voice.
Tug's voice.
Yeah, all that shit's done now.
Okay, so you walk through the doors and you say this, and as you say this, you look around and you see that there's no one in here, except for just talking to yourself, except for a man, a frail old man that sits at the bar staring into his cup. In this bar, you see chairs and tables that are kind of strewn about randomly, many toppled over or leaning haphazardly on their remaining working legs. The smell in the air is a mix of dust, stale beer, and body odor. To your left, hot coals smolder in a large hearth against the wall, and to your right, you see this old man at a bar covered in empty bottles and broken glass. Underneath his stool lies a ruffled brown dog with a single black circle of fur around his left eye. At the sound of the door opening and you saying this, he perks up and stares at you curiously.
The dog or the old man?
Both. But the old man says, "We're closed."
Very weird thing to say for the people that just came out of your fucking basement.
He's pretty drunk. What are you?
Simon, listen up.
Who are you?
Simon, listen up. Tug Mug Bar.
How do you know my name?
Let me get to that. Now I understand how people feel when they're talking to me. Durf, this is Carl with a K. We were sent here by Aaron Milos, and his girlfriend Brian. Bry, short for Brian. And we were told to meet up with you. We need to get some get-ups. We got work in the city. They said, hey, we can send you anywhere. We said, send us to the best tavern that you got. He said, as a matter of fact, we got a tunnel in the basement. Pop you up. Here we are. So we're going to need 3 beers. Carl doesn't drink, but still 3 because I'll drink his. And I'm going to need you to start working on those costumes.
Tug. Show him the scroll. Just give him the scroll.
Yeah, Simon says, "Aaron's dead," and he turns back towards his glass.
First off, you saying Simon says is hilarious. Second, the scroll. This scroll was given to us by Aaron, the Aaron. Show a little respect. It's Aaron, the Aaron, not just Aaron. He's not dead. He's alive and well. Well, he's not well. It kind of looks like shit, to be quite honest. Looks like a bag of smashed assholes. Story for a different day. Check this scroll out. Let us know what you think. And then maybe while you're looking at the scroll, you can start working on this beer scenario. Or you look at the scroll, all sorts of beer scenario out. And does your dog want anything? Dog want a beer? I'll get the dog beer. Tug goes and gets 4 beers. 2 for himself, 1 for Durf, 1 for the dog.
You said a lot of things. Let me respond before you just fucking do all this shit.
Monologued it.
That's a great monologue. That was deep. Okay, so let me just describe what had just happened in the past 7 minutes with Aaron. Or with Simon. At mentioning Aaron's name, and he said he's dead, and you said that you had a scroll. I assume you hand this scroll to Simon?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, because you told him to read it. So Simon takes this scroll and he sees the wax seal of a rose, of the desert rose on it, and he rips it open and rolls it up, and he stares at it for a long while, and he lifts his head up and sighs, and he rolls it back up and he tosses his glass across the room with actually some pretty awesome accuracy into the hearth, and flames burst forth. And he takes the note and he hands it down to his dog, and he says, "Patch, fire." And Patch the dog carries it over and drops it amongst the flames, where it's engulfed immediately.
What the fuck, man?
And he says, "Let's work on getting you guys those beers."
Don't worry about it, old man. Already done.
All right. So you go behind the bar and you grab 4 beers, saying that you'll take care of it, which you put on the counter. Everybody takes one.
Listen, Simon, we were explicitly told we're going to need some costumes, and I can wear the drunk look with the best of them, but I don't think my clothes are going to fit around here. Need to look a little bit more shitty and poor like you, so maybe we can work that out. We've got some gold pieces. I've got some gold pieces I will impart on you. Maybe raise your spirits a little bit. But we need badass costumes that make us look like we actually belong here. We maybe need your guidance through the town. And obviously, infinite beers.
If you were going to kill the king, how would you do it?
That's not what he means. That's not the plan. That's not the plan. That's not what we're doing here. We're just doing other possibly nefarious things. we want to feel you out, make sure you're cool first before we tell you what we're actually doing, and it's definitely not that.
Okay, roll a deception check, Tug.
15.
Okay, yeah.
I keep forgetting
so
to switch back to just a normal
Sure,
voice.
yeah. You convince him that whatever Durf said was not the case, and he says, "Well, so what? I'm confused because Aaron's note said, well, he said to trust you, and I just don't. Why are you here? What do you need? What do you need my help for?"
We're looking for an amulet that we think is in the possession of Karsus.
Karsus. Oh, you need a meeting with Karsus.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it.
Yeah, I thought I mentioned the clothes as well. The clothes seemed important when we were talking to Aaron the Aaron.
Oh, I can get you hooked up with some clothes.
Perfect. That was my only responsibility here. Carl, you sort out the technical shit. Who needs a beer?
I'll take another beer.
Tug stomps off behind the bar, starts pouring more beers.
Okay, everybody gets another beer, including the dog. Laps it up.
So, Simon, you can get us a meeting with Karsus?
I know a few people in the high courts. I may be able to set something up.
How do you feel about Karsus?
And he looks around the bar. He kind of takes a little gander to the left and to the right, make sure not everyone's listening. And he says, "I think he's a scum upon this earth."
That's what I thought you thought. That's cool. Anyway, so meeting. What do we need to do?
I'm more than happy to help anyone that may want to take him down.
Okay. Well, apparently we're not saying that out loud, but we just need to talk to him.
I can get you a meeting with Karsus, all right. There's gonna be a few things I need to set into motion first, but it's late. I can get to work on that first thing in the morning. And he walks across the bar into a back room and comes out. He's got a bunch of blankets. He moves some of the broken chairs around the hearth and clears around the near the fireplace and sets them down. And he says, "The desert gets cold at night. You can stay here and gather your strength."
Okay.
So yeah, you guys can take a rest.
Long
Yeah,
rest?
Gather all your
Short
stuff.
rest? Long rest?
Well, it'll be a long rest. You can sleep over the
yeah.
night.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, you stay the night. You gather your strength, and you got all your health points and all that good stuff back.